What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I am your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Salestrina and Antonio Fiore. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
This couch was undefeated last week. Well, in pick 3.
6-0.
But there were 6 excellent picks made. Well, I don't know if we had any of the same ones.
I had the Raiders. The Raiders was as good of a pick as you could have.
And I was telling him, too, the other teams that I name-dropped as like maybe putting in my pick 3 last week, the Panthers and the Raiders also won.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, you were like, well, I'm too scared to pick the Panthers, so I'm going to take the Bills. And then we both start laughing, but then the Bills was a great pick, too, so that worked out.
they stomped them.
Bad.
They looked so good.
They do that every couple weeks,
Listen,
though.
yeah, but they finally know how to use a running back. And
Well, that's scary.
And Joe Brady looks like he knows what he's doing with the offense. And
So are they getting hot at the right time? Or is
they're getting really hot.
I think that might
right
be
time.
the exact case. Like, that might be the
Or are
exact
we a little too
explanation.
early for the
I was
hot
going
at
to
the
say,
right
I'd
time?
feel good if they lost one more game before
Yeah.
the regular season ended, but that could hurt because of how tight the playoff race is right now. There could be 3 teams that end 10-7, and then another 10-7 team gets left out because of tiebreakers.
I don't think so. I disagree. I think that they could win out and go to the Super Bowl from here.
Well, I mean,
Because
I think they could too.
we always see it. We saw it with the Bengals. We see it with many teams. It happens every year. There's like one team that like in the middle of the year, in the beginning of the year, you're like, eh. And then they just
They
go on
were
a tear.
worse than though. Everyone
They
was
were bad.
They looked bad.
Everyone was like,
Josh
what
Allen
the
was
fuck?
bad.
I liked that team a lot. I don't know that they're a Super Bowl team, though.
Well, they also they just weren't until they started really giving the ball to James Cook a lot in the last 3 or 4 weeks, in which he's been averaging 150 yards from scrimmage. They were trying to find excuses to put Leonard Fournette in there or other old ass that they have.
Latavius Murray.
Yeah, Latavius Murray. And this guy needs to be a 3-down back. And he looks like a wide receiver sometimes too. Josh Allen didn't do anything.
I think
Sunday.
they
He didn't need to do anything.
I think they get worried just based on health, and not saying that James Cook is injury prone, but if you're going to give him 25 carries a game, he's gonna.
Helen wants to come.
Helmer come.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can come.
What's your address for everybody to know?
Just give it to him so he can type it in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we have many rabid fans that want to attack Nolan.
Yeah, but listen,
But for the
it's
sake
not
of
just
if
the
we
live
ever
stream;
do
it's
get
Apple
bigger-
Podcasts too.
Yeah, if we ever do get bigger and someone just happens to
Bro,
listen.
imagine we got swatted.
Dude, that happens way more often than it should. I see one of those videos a week of just a Twitch streamer, and they're just playing Fortnite, and they're like la 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 la.
Yeah, and then the SWAT team
and
rolls
then
in
the SWAT team just breaks down their door,
It's
and they're
them.
like,
with M16s. All right,
I don't-
you guys talk while
I don't know that the Bills can actually realistically get to the Super
He
Bowl.
said he'll be here in 28 minutes.
He didn't share a mic with me. Okay. So, realistically, do you think that they can get to the Super Bowl? They can win 3 road games? That's a possibility in your mind? Or are they going to win
The Bills? Well, listen, there's a lot of backup quarterbacks in play right now. They could. It just kind of ends up being the matchups that they get, but they could still. I could see them beating the Chiefs again.
What's the division looking like? Because they're both. What are they?
If they play the Dolphins, I like them against the Dolphins a lot.
I mean, they murder the Dolphins every
Yeah.
time they play them. The Dolphins have 10 wins. The Bills have 9 or 10 or 8.
Bills have 8. They're 8-6.
So they can't win the division most likely. Miami finishes with Antonio.
The Bills.
Antonio.
What?
Miami finishes with Dallas.
They're winning the division. The Bills.
Miami finishes the year, they're 10-4 with Dallas, at the Ravens, at the Bills. That's Miami's last 3 games. They might lose all 3 of those.
But if the Dolphins go 3-0 in those games, they're going to the Super Bowl.
They're not going 3-0 in those games. They might win this week. They're not beating the Ravens.
I
next week.
like them this week.
I kind of do.
Surprise.
I kind of do too. You like the Dolphins? There's teams you like every week. You don't like the Dolphins every week, actually.
They're not a team I'm enthusiastic about every week. It's just kind of they just play so many shit teams.
Yeah,
you guys
Well,
can share
what,
a
they've
mic.
played-
I can't find the other one.
that's fine.
They've played 3 games against teams with winning records.
Yeah,
They're 0-3.
and
But 3 is not a lot. And then you look at the Eagles, who are 7-3 against teams with winning records. That's a lot of teams with winning records that you're playing.
I just think it's going to be one of those that whoever is the healthiest and whoever gets the lucky breaks is going to win, and that's normally what it comes down to every season. But
Alan said I might start breaking laws to get there faster. Laws of physics.
Whatever he wants to do, man.
Eagles are on fraud watch. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, let's start with.
I don't know about that.
I know that they're not.
That's
they're
a little
not,
harsh.
They're not frauds. They're
Yeah.
not frauds.
But they have
there's a reason to be
complicated things in the NFC now.
That was more of
They're
a.
the 5th seed right now.
That was more of like the ESPN headline is Eagles are frauds or whatever.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
I think it's more to do with the fact that like Jalen's not playing as well as he did. The offense might be a little stale or predictable.
Well, without what's his face, the Colts head coach
Steichen.
It's not the same.
I don't know if beginning of the season. I don't know that you could have said that.
Well, they looked very good at the beginning of this. Well, besides that first week against the Patriots, like.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia ruining
Well-
yet another team.
But they did this last year, didn't they? Didn't they lose three straight late?
Or two. It was two, but it was 3 out of 4. It was
Yeah,
something like that.
I was about to say it might have been 3 out of 4.
Obviously, that should have been like the biggest warning sign ever, and we should have put our homes on Seattle as soon as we saw Matt Patricia. Like that was obvious. Was that
Also, not as many people are talking about it as I think they should. That was not an interception at the end.
Nolan watched that replay 100 times in a row. Like literally, he was like,
his foot did not touch the ground.
He was like, it was like the Sabruder film. Like he was like, watch, it doesn't touch. Like I promise you, it doesn't touch. And then he kept replaying it. He's like, it doesn't fucking touch.
Yeah, I mean, also,
I don't know how they could get that wrong.
what did you say about Matt Patricia?
He's awful.
No. Is he with somebody?
He's with the Eagles.
Just
So
all of a
He
sudden.
called their defense last night.
So that's the thing. I don't know if it's all of a sudden or he like was with them before. But as soon as you read the headline on the bottom, which I did on ESPN, where it was like Matt Patricia taking over defensive play call duties, you should have like Home should have won.
Another thing is because we were saying last week, like either the Eagles kick their ass or the Eagles like have a. Or we can see them having a problem.
Me and you. Well, I think I said it more, but me and you both said that I said I just see the Eagles up 7 or 14,
I was a bit more reluctant,
and then losing the game at the end for no reason, and
Well,
that's literally what happened.
Also, and like Monday night is just such a perfect spot for it. Is like Pete Carroll has like his moment every year.
Yeah, no, he does.
So,
what was I gonna say about
So I guess Matt Patricia was there. He just was an assistant. He wasn't like the defensive.
But why did
coordinator.
he take over play calling duties?
He just Nick Sirianni just said Sean Desai wasn't doing well enough because they had lost 2 in a row. So he just didn't think that they were.
Their secondary.
And we had talked about it. Their defense is not.
Their
it wasn't that
secondary is
great.
not great. Like
there's names there, but they're kind of breaking down, I guess.
And someone pointed it out on Twitter too. Like that last drive, it was Bradbury getting absolutely cooked on every completion on that drive was against Bradbury.
Oh, really? Yikes!
It was 3 to DK Metcalf.
So he fell off.
One was a fluky catch. The fluky catch that Metcalf like caught on his hip.
Yeah.
That one was fluky. Then there was the one he threw in double coverage that he somehow came down with. Then he got burned on that last play for the touchdown.
2 out of those 3, I can't really say were his fault. The first one was luck, and the second one, Metcalf just made a Metcalf play. Like,
yes and no though.
DK Metcalf.
Because it wasn't like he went up and made a play. It was more like 2 guys hit each other and just let Metcalf catch the ball kind of thing.
I don't know. Give any cornerback DK Metcalf in that situation. I don't know how many are stopping him. So, but I get what you're saying.
But it was like what 4 or 5 plays that he just got. burned
No.
on.
I mean, like their defense is Swiss cheese. Like their secondary is Swiss cheese.
Especially that last play.
Yeah.
The touchdown he got burned.
Yeah. And Smith and Jigba has actually been playing better too.
What do you think about Kirk Cousins thinking about going to Seattle?
Ugh, I hate that.
I can't see him in that uniform, but it's a good situation.
He's not like swagger enough to play for the Seahawks. Like he just is like he's too much of a dad.
Swagger.
Yeah, like he's too much of a dad to do that.
What do you think? The Vikings get rid of him?
Is he a free agent, right?
Yeah, after the series.
Yeah, I'm saying you don't think that they like re-sign him.
I mean, they've done this twice now. They don't need him again.
He would be a guy that would, and he got the big contract already. I think he would be a guy that would take less money to keep the team together.
I'm trying to think of a good team for Kirk Cousins.
Because that contract he got to go to the Vikings was ridiculous.
Who else is a free agent quarterback?
The Cleveland Browns.
Oh.
And Kevin Stefanski again.
Oh my god.
Get Deshaun Watson. Yeah, you like that. Get Deshaun out of there.
They do have to get that hideous but no one's going to pick up that
No,
contract.
he just gets released and you negotiate a buyout. and then he never
I
plays
don't think
football
anyone
again.
wants to buy that contract out.
No. The Browns have to buy the contract out. They're not getting out of that. They've already agreed to that. So at this point, cut your losses with him because it's just not.
Yeah, he's not good.
But then would they have enough money left over?
Depending on how much Kirk wants, I don't know. That would be
Because if he's willing to take less, I think he would rather stay with the Vikings than go to the Browns.
the Browns have a win now. I think the Browns have a way better situation than the Vikings do.
I do too.
Not offensively.
Nick Chubb.
The Vikings have offensive talent.
The Vikings have offensive talent, yes, but I mean, I guess their defense is not better too. I don't know. Are you winning a Super Bowl in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins?
Are you winning Super Bowl with Cleveland with Kirk Cousins?
I think they have a better shot.
I think it's more likely.
I think it's a lateral move. Is my point.
All right.
But maybe to his defense, I think it's tougher to get there in the AFC than it is in the NFC.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's like, are you really going through Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen? Like, probably not. So I just
Yeah, I
maybe
mean,
stay
even in that
NFC.
division is tough.
He should go
Yeah,
to the
toughest-
Carolina.
yeah, toughest
He should
division
go
in
to the
football.
Carolina Panthers and reunite with Adam Thielen. That's where he should go.
That's gross.
I mean, I don't care.
That is so gross.
Give up on Bryce Young after one season because that's what the smart thing to do is.
No, because they're gonna rebuild for the next 30 years.
That is a smart thing to do.
He's just not an NFL quarterback.
It's like Zach Wilson. It's like, what did you see in him?
I don't know. There were throws on Alabama. Just the figurine of Bryce Young is not capable of playing.
At this point, and I know it's
He's like-
easy to
he's
say.
shorter than you.
I know yeah, he is shorter than me. I know it's easy to say. I would be looking down at him talking.
You
to
probably
him.
have bigger
It's
hands
crazy.
than him too.
Who knows? Probably.
But like, imagine putting Antonio in an
Let's get
NFL
Antonio on.
backfield.
Yeah, let's
no,
put
me
Antonio on there.
imagine me standing behind, like Drew Brees is like an inch shorter than me. Like him standing behind three guys that are like 6'2" plus,
And 300
and then
pounds.
guys that they're blocking that are also 6'2" plus, even taller.
I mean,
I just don't get it.
they've led for no time in the fourth quarter this year, and they won 2 games. Think about that. They haven't led for a second, not 1 second, and they've won 2 games.
That's kind of crazy.
Um,
Can we talk about finally it happening? Yeah, Brandon Staley getting the fuck out of there.
I mean,
oh yeah,
So we were on the Chargers are going to get fucked for like 5 weeks train, and then for whatever reason, I mean, I love the Raiders Thursday, but for whatever reason Thursday we didn't like mention much about Staley getting fired. Like we didn't like think it was going to be that game.
Because the thing that threw me off of
Oh
it,
no, I did say that, and you're like, he has the backup. That's
no,
what
you
you
said
said.
in the group chat, like on Sunday
okay.
or on Thursday.
But you were like, oh, he's not the backup excuse.
That was my whole thing. Was like, okay, now that Justin Herbert's hurt, it really doesn't matter because they've kind of just given up.
their backup's a hockey stick.
You want to know my?
He's literally a hockey.
You want-
Easton stick? That's a
You know what I
fucking
found
hockey
out too?
stick.
He got drafted in 2019.
Yeah, they think he's good. Apparently,
He's been in the league that long.
I
Yeah.
mean, they lost by 40, but he had like 260 with 3 touchdowns and
all
1
in
int.
garbage time. All in garbage time.
Well, what would
Mostly.
you do in garbage
I mean,
time?
his team gave up on him, dude. That one where he gets wrecked from behind and the ball falls out, and like all the offensive linemen are
look
just like
at it.
standing
Yeah.
there, and like whoever it was from the Raiders just picks it up, goes 30
I mean,
yards
good
for
for
a
the
touchdown.
Chargers. I'd be tired of it.
They play the Bills this week.
Did you see that clip last week of Brandon Staley? Like they asked him if he had lost the locker room, and he said, "Well, we haven't gotten blown out yet, so I don't think that my message has gotten."
Oh
I
my
didn't see
God.
that comment.
I
He
wish we
said it
saw
after
that.
last week's game.
Oh, he's an idiot.
He was like, someone asked him, they're like, "Do you think your message is still getting across to the team?" And he said, "Yeah."
He's
if
well,
you
no.
saw-"
He said like, I'm the one coaching this team. I know better than anybody.
He said word for word. He said, "We haven't gotten blown out yet, so I think the way we practice and we were being competitive with some of these top teams, like I think that we're still a winning football team."
So he's more of a moron than we were.
Yeah,
and
he's
then
an
they
idiot.
go out and lose 63-20. Like that is crazy. That's nuts.
And the score wasn't even as close as like it seemed. Like the
It
final
was 42-0
at halftime.
At halftime,
They were throwing whatever they wanted at the Chargers, and
the
it just was
Raiders
working.
set a franchise record for points.
That's insane.
The 5-9 Raiders,
The
like
5-9
that's
Raiders.
crazy. Like you definitely should get fired.
I don't know.
They didn't have Josh Jacobs.
So here's my. You want to know my take?
Yeah, that's some other thing. They did it with all backup guys.
You want to know my take from that game?
what?
Here's the spin zone. You ready for this? Justin Herbert is the MVP of the league.
What do you mean this year?
Yeah,
Why?
Because they won 5 games.
because they actually won games with that team and that coach.
I think he should deserve MVP every year that he's played with him.
I mean, like, I'm sorry that team lost to that team by that many points, and the one missing piece from the previous weeks was Justin Herbert being out. If he kept them together, just solely like if that was the glue that held the fucking house together, like he's the MVP for sure.
I just think
I know they would never give it
offense,
to him. I completely understand
I know.
it's not realistic, but I'm saying value to the team.
He's the most Yeah, he is, and I think we've said that for I don't know a year and a half now.
We've been kind of I don't know. I feel like we've been kind of like poo-pooing him lately. Like, yeah, he's fine. Like,
I think it's
well,
just
not
because
Justin
I think
Herbert,
it's
but
just
Brandon
Chargers
Staley we
fatigue
were.
too.
yeah. So
I don't think any of us doubt him like in his talent. I was really disappointed when he got drafted at the Chargers. I knew he could be competent
It's
as a
everything
Chargers,
around him. It's Keenan Allen and Mike Williams never being healthy.
Imagine if
Austin Eckler got hurt.
and he looks 100.
Yeah, and then Justin Herbert gets
We went
hurt.
back. Me and Nolan went back and listened to part of the AFC predictions last night, and me and you talking about the Chargers. You know what we said?
we thought they were going to make the playoffs this year.
The coach sucks. It's the same story every year,
Yeah.
and they're gonna go like 6-10 or 6-11. It's like, yeah,
we
they
did say they were
yes,
going to be bad.
Yes.
Wow.
So like, not like this was predictable. That's not what I'm trying to say. But like, you were up 28-0 to the Jaguars in the playoffs. That was the time to fire him. Why go into another season with this bozo and be like, well, it didn't really work out last year. We blew a game. We blew a playoff game that we were up 4 touchdowns. Let's try it again. Like, what kind of fucking backwards logic is that? Like,
Another thing too is like firing the GM. I think that it just solidifies the fact that they're sick of it and they just want to.
I think they'd be
in a
so
different
much
direction.
better off going for like I was gonna say a long rebuild, but you have Herbert, so you can't really.
You can't. Yeah, you can't go for a long rebuild.
The Dolphins took Tua a few picks ahead of Herbert. Obviously, like in a way, I guess Tua's worked. But like, imagine this Dolphins team with Herbert.
Well, that's what everyone was saying last year too. But like,
They'd be insane.
I don't know. I think fully
They'd probably
healthy,
be just as good.
fully healthy Tua and fully healthy Herbert. Not like it would like. I think the Dolphins would be better.
no, he would be just as good. But I think the Dolphins would be better.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins.
the Dolphins
would be,
might be insane.
Yeah, well, I would say the Dolphins would probably be like 49ers level, but like I don't.
Well, yeah. I mean, what they're 9-5,
10-4. But
10-4.
Yeah,
so
like,
I mean,
not
yeah,
even counting
maybe
the
that gives them
and they're
another
one
win or
game
the
behind
same.
the
yeah.
Niners.
yeah, they
like,
might be a little better, but
they're on par with what the Niners. I mean, the Niners, I feel like are now like in their own.
realm.
They're in their own realm.
Well, it's funny to
now
say
that the Eagles lost.
Well, it's funny to say that. Well, I guess you were saying in the NFC, but like the Ravens have the same record as them.
Yeah,
Who
but
we
the
who
eye
we all
test-
hate.
nobody.
You hate them,
I'm going by eye test.
Yeah, nobody trusts them.
but they win games. So like
Okay, on a trust level.
0.
Oh, let's play this game.
Okay,
I know you like this game.
I love games.
Buy or sell
Okay,
on stock of teams.
At their
Super
current
Bowl,
level.
like Super Bowl
well,
wise.
well,
You're
no,
buying. Are
no.
you buying or selling them at this point in the year?
based on what the
on what they've
consensus
done.
price would be?
Yeah, yes, right. The Baltimore Ravens,
So
like,
their stock is high right now.
really high. Are you?
They're an 11-3 team, and some people think that they're the best team in the
oh,
NFC.
I'm selling my stock.
Well, can I hold?
Yeah, you can hold.
Hold.
Buy, hold, or sell.
Hold.
I will. Dude, I could see them losing to the Browns in the playoffs. I think that's.
Well, if
I don't think anybody
well, I said
wants
this
to
last
play
week.
the Browns
Yeah,
in the
if Joe,
playoffs right
if
now.
Joe Flacco
but
plays the Baltimore Ravens, then I have the Browns. in that
they
game.
already
I'm
played
sorry.
them this year, and I don't. And they already lost to them. I don't know if they play again, or if they've already played twice.
I don't
But
know.
I could see the Ravens losing to a team that they already lost to in the regular season in the playoffs. If it were to come to something like that, they lost to the Colts too.
I just don't think it's that like unrealistic to say Baltimore can win 2 home games and get to the Super Bowl.
Oh no! I'm not saying that's realistic. I just don't. If they have to play, if they're playing teams of high caliber for 2 or maybe 3 weeks in a row, I don't know if I
They
trust
struggle.
them for
I get
those
it,
3
yeah.
weeks.
No, I agree.
So week 4 they played the Browns, beat them 28-3, and then lost to them 33-31.
Yeah.
Week 10.
That was Watson's last game.
Mm.
His last touch.
And this is how they finished the year: 49ers, Dolphins,
Here.
Steelers.
Is that a door?
No.
Can you
I
hand me the
don't know.
water that's down there?
Sure.
Oh yeah, you just tell them to like walk in.
Was
when
there
he gets
more?
here.
yeah.
Was there more buy sell hold, or that was it?
Oh no. Okay. Let me go through.
Our maid of honor might be here. Oh no.
The Houston Texans. Are you buying, selling, or
Ooh.
holding?
Well, I would say sell because I think it's at this point like the stock is too high, but at the same time they can make the playoffs. So I'm gonna go sell, but
That was a good win
it's a great one for them.
against the Titans.
I had the Titans in a couple bets that I felt silly for
Are
after.
they 0-2 against the Jags this year?
The Titans?
Oh no, the Texans are 1-1 against the Jags. They are.
Are you buying or selling or holding the Texans? They're one game out of the playoffs right now.
Nope, they're tied.
Well, they're tied. Yeah, but I think technically if it were to stop today, they would be out.
Okay, yeah.
But
Yeah, I think I'll sell. A reluctant sell.
I'm
Just because there's
I'm
so
also
many teams
selling.
in the mix.
But like we're selling what, a chance at the playoffs? Like
Yeah.
I guess that's like what we're saying, right? Like
here's one.
Like I like the Colts like better to make the playoffs right now.
The
Texans.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
you were saying
I hated the Colts.
You were saying
I
they're
hated
the
the
worst
Colts.
team ever.
Well, do you like the Broncos?
Oh yeah.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
No, the Colts are frisky. I changed my mind upon new information.
Surprisingly to this one, I'm buying Jacksonville Jaguars stock because I think it's lower than it should be right now, and they're gonna still win the division.
Yeah, I think they'll end up getting healthy. And
Here's the
be
thing.
competitors.
This is your time to bring up your soliloquy about Trevor Lawrence that you gave me last night.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
The thing about, and I'm a little mad at you because you talked us into him like saying he's like this amazing quarterback.
Oh. Yeah, no, what I said to in the group chat the other day, I'm like, he kind of just reminds me of Eli Manning. Some of the shit that he does on the field, like you scratch your head sometimes, and then he makes a couple really nice plays, and then he throws like a really dumb pick or has like a really dumb fumble like that.
I don't know. I just think it's like that game pissed me off that they just played against the Ravens because that could have been the easiest win the Jaguars have ever had. That could have been an easy win. Like, okay, I'll break it down.
Oh yeah,
for you.
the Ravens didn't look good the first
I'll break it
quarter and
down
a
for
half.
you. First quarter, Ravens go down, field goal. Jaguars go down, miss the field goal. It was a doinker, whatever. Ravens go 3 and out. Good stop by the defense. Jaguars go down, miss the field goal. Whatever, still 3-0. They go down, they go 3 and out. Or no, wait. Hang on.
No, they for sure.
think I wrote it
They
down.
for sure had a chance to put the game in their hands.
Right.
In the first.
Ravens
half,
go 3 and
definitely.
out. Jags miss the second field goal. Lamar Jackson throws a faded pick, a really faded interception. The Jags go down, are driving. They get the interception at like half field. They go down. The most faded fumble of the year by Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Really.
It was a 3rd and 17. They were on like the 30-yard line. You think we're just going to give it up? We're going to tie this game up. He decides to scramble on a 3rd and 17. No chance of getting the first down, by the way, and just drops the football. Just drops it. He wasn't tackled and lost it. He just dropped it. The Ravens go down, score 10-0. Jaguars get the ball back. 2-minute drill. They go down. They get to the 4-yard line. What do? They decide we're not going to spike the ball. We're going to try to get them on their heels. They snap the ball. He throws to the sideline. Doesn't get out of bounds. Yep. They go to the halftime with 0 points. Now, let's add it up. Let's give them the 2 field goals. That would be 6-3 is what the score would have been. They go down. They get the interception. They go down. Let's give them another field goal just for shits and giggles. So 9-3. They get the
touchdown.
They get the 2-minute drill. They get a touchdown. That's what, 16-3? They come out of halftime. Ravens go 3 and out. They score a touchdown. What's the math, Sal? If it's 16-3, if it's 16-3, 23-3. That's what the score would have been in the third quarter. That would have been the easiest win the Jags have had all year.
I mean, the 2 field goals at the beginning, I would say take out, but other than that, I agree.
I'm not saying that was his fault.
He didn't.
But
he just said whatever.
But his point is basically that Trevor Lawrence is not the head honcho. They win because of the
No,
team, not because of him.
I absolutely agree.
He is,
Do you know what?
He is a system. He is the
And
definition of a system
I'm not
quarterback.
I'm not trying to sit here and be like you're wrong, but you were pumping that Trevor Lawrence was like a QB1, like top 7 quarter, top 8.
I thought this year he really should have came
Taken
out
a
and
lead.
been one of the like top 5, 6 in the league because his stats last year are much better than they are this year.
It's like so confusing. It's like Calvin Ridley has like 800 yards on the season. It's like wouldn't he have more? I
was
like
gonna
stuff
say
like that.
there's no chemistry with Calvin Ridley, but when I watch them play, he's trying to get him the ball.
Yeah,
he is trying.
I think what's going on here is like
He really likes Kirk. He loves Christian Kirk.
he does like Christian Kirk.
I think
System quarterback. I don't know if you had any of the other backups in the league there, they're probably
he would
a
do
worse
it.
team.
They would be exactly the same.
Give or take a few, or take away a couple.
Because
points.
you said it correct. He's not a head honcho. I don't look.
You
at
think
him
they
and say,
win that game against C.J. Stroud if they have like P.J. Walker in there?
But that's the funny thing, Antonio. It's like I would take a lot of like C.J. Stroud for the next 10 years. I'd much rather have
right now. Oh yeah,
than
I
Trevor
wouldn't knock
Lawrence.
anybody for
Like,
that.
Because here's the thing. It's like, yeah, Christian Kirk's having an amazing year. ETN's having a very good year. Evan Ingram's having a very good year. Calvin Ridley's not having the best year, but he's having a mid-year, in numbers.
And Lawrence is having a mid-year.
And Lawrence is having a mid-year. Like, this should be a lot better. It should be a lot better.
Well,
You're
they
starting to
shouldn't be-
see the cracks.
they shouldn't be fighting for the division right now. Like,
No.
that's really bad.
They could have they could have been 10-3 right now. They really could have.
Antonio, I think this means the Battle of Florida looks a little bit more likely.
Battle
now.
of Florida looks crazy.
Well,
as like a division wild card matchup.
if the Dolphins win,
We have a Battle of Florida this week.
so the Dolphins could win and the Jags should drop out, or the Jags should drop out of, or vice versa. Either the Dolphins win their division and the Jags play as a wild card, or the Jags win the division and the Dolphins play as a wild card. Either of those scenarios are definitely possible. So we might see your long-awaited Battle of Florida that you've been talking about.
I'd
for a
say
little bit.
I'm definitely selling on the Jaguars at the moment.
I don't know.
I don't like the way that they've trended.
I still think they make the playoffs, but I don't love that team. I watched that team and
Yeah, they've won too many games for them to not.
I
or
get
for
like
them to-
confused watching them. Like I'm like, what is the
So you know what I would really like is I hope Frank Reich doesn't look for another head coaching job. I'd like Doug Peterson to bring him in as his offensive coordinator.
Well, they
and bring
can't.
him back.
They can't bring him back. He can't have another head coaching job.
Reich?
Yeah,
Good.
because it would be his third.
What does that mean?
What's his last name? He's banned. He's done.
Oh,
It's like a wild turn that I was not ready for.
No, I thought he was actually gonna give me I got scared. No, I think that would really work for them.
I thought you like really laugh.
No, I think because I was scared. I thought you were gonna say like, oh,
So that was
they're
too
like
good.
locked in with their offensive coordinator. No,
I thought he was being
Doug
serious.
bring back
I
his
thought, like
guy.
there was like a reason why he couldn't be a head coach. I was with you. I was like, what is he talking
It's
about?
like a John Gruden thing. You're like, did he say something?
Yeah.
Like what?
That's so funny, dude.
So I don't know. I'm saying the Jaguars are gonna make the playoffs, but I don't love the situation in Jacksonville right now.
Yeah. So what am I buying or selling?
I guess. Are they making the playoffs?
Are they going to trend upwards or downwards?
Okay, that's a better way to put it.
I think they'll trend up
Okay.
one more time before the end of the season.
So you're
They'll
buying.
get a little bit more healthy. I'll buy.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Sell. Their stock is too high with this backup quarterback. Everybody loves them right now.
I'll sell, but they're frisky.
They're
I'm
frisky.
buying, dude. I'm
and
buying
they're
it
really
all up.
talented.
They can win a playoff game. I won't sit here and
They
not,
could.
But
I think they could.
I don't. They can't put together 3 weeks in a row of winning this way. I don't think they should have lost that game.
True, but they
should have
didn't.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's the Vikings.
The Vikings will Viking. The Chargers will Charger.
I think like the Jaguars losing that game really fucks things up.
But like, all right.
It does.
So
There's 3 teams, 8-6 in that division.
well, hold on. Let's.
They're
we
all,
love.
yeah, all
we
three
love
are
this.
8-6.
We love this game too. Chiefs are winning the West.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens are winning the North.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then
They've
Buffalo.
already won the North.
Okay, and then Buffalo or Miami is coming out of the East. So we'll count 4 playoff teams right there. Okay, who's winning the AFC South? Or are we all in agreement on Jacksonville?
I think Jacksonville will.
So we're at 5. So name your 2. We've done this basically every week for the last 3 weeks.
I'm not schooled on how the tiebreakers are really working right now, but I think the Browns will be in there.
Browns, I agree with. And then that
What do you think?
one more.
What do you like the Browns?
That leaves Cincinnati, right? That's it.
I don't know. I don't like the Browns.
Cincinnati or Houston.
Yeah.
I don't like the Browns. I think the Browns are hanging on by a thread.
They are, but they're up by
Joe
a game
Flacco
on.
sucked this weekend.
They kind of I won't lie, they kind of are. They do kind of seem like they're hanging on by a thread.
Joe Flacco was bad.
Yeah.
Like, that was bad.
No, it wasn't good.
And they were bringing DTR in as like a...
He threw 3 picks before he threw the 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they brought him in as like a
Gotcha.
Taysom Hill type thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they were trying to do with that. I just think that they're trying too hard to keep the pieces together, and it's going to crumble before it gets better.
They're weird, but okay. So
And
their
I like
last
Cincinnati, dude.
their last 3 games for the Browns are at Texans, versus Jets, and at the Bengals.
They should win 2 out of those 3.
I think they'll get into the playoffs based on pretty much racking up those wins
Yeah.
early in the year. If they go 1-2 or 2-1, getting those wins early, I think
they beat the Jets.
will
Let's
be
be
enough
honest.
to- yeah.
And then it's like whatever. So your boyfriend Aaron Rodgers, Nolan, just with the sideshow of the century during the season, huh?
Yeah, that was all for nothing, wasn't it?
But like,
It's kind of like what I said was going to happen.
but like it's just like obviously as soon as they're out of the playoffs, he's gonna say that too, right? Like
Yes. Yeah.
But if they win last week, is it different?
Yes.
He would play.
Yes.
I disagree.
Oh, wow.
If they had any shot of
He was
making the
playing?
play, he was playing.
Okay.
It'd be
I
a
don't know.
complete 180
I
from what it
genuinely,
is
I
right
genuinely
now.
don't know what they.
They'd
would've
still
done.
be
Maybe he-
1, 2, 3, 4 behind 4 teams, 5 teams for a playoff spot if they had won last week. And tiebreakers probably do not work in their favor.
Here's my point. If they had any shot to make the playoffs, the story is not he's abandoning the team. The story is him. Oh, we see him more at practice. We see videos of him throwing to Garrett Wilson at practice. We see, him on the Pat McAfee show saying that he wants to help this team win. It's like shit. Like, he's like a politician, dude. He's literally like a governor. Like when he sees an opportunity to shift the spotlight on him, he takes
does
it
it.
every time.
Yeah.
Right now the Jets are like completely out. They suck. And it's like now the story is, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers is just abandoning the team.
Well, maybe a little too early to start talking about this, but like, what are their 2024 prospects? Like, do we think that they're going to be a good team next year?
Who,
or
the
it's just
Patriots?
The Jets. Do we think it's just going to be more of the same? They're just going to jet a gun.
I mean, I don't know how different I think if Aaron was there the whole year, they're probably in the mix for one of these playoff spots or for one of these wild card spots. Probably around an 8 and I think they'd be like 8-6. I think if they have Rodgers next year and they're healthy, I think they will be in contention for a playoff spot. But
like that's
maybe not the division.
But
maybe the division.
That's what we're doing.
It's
like,
still really hard.
like we're hyping all this up just for them to go like 9-8 next year. Like woohoo!
I think that is their ceiling next year, is in contention for the playoffs.
But like,
But because that's what I thought their ceiling was this year.
But like then, all right, I hate to be depressing
Before
because
the
I know
end.
we have Jets fans that listen, but what's the hope for them then? Like Aaron Rodgers has you hijacked for another year.
They make this playoffs, they squeak into the playoffs, and they have a Cinderella run to the Super Bowl.
no disrespect.
That's the only
but, like,
hope that
Jets
they
fans
have.
are used to that. They'll be the first ones
But like
to say.
that's like a good dream for them. Is like
No,
barely
it
making the
is.
playoffs. They're like, yes, thank
Because you
God.
got to
No,
think,
but,
like, the Dolphins are going to be good again next year. The Bills are going to be good again next year.
But they're only going to be good
the
because they have
Patriots
good.
might be worse. I
they're
mean,
only-
they can't get worse.
They're
than
only
what they
going to
are
be
right
good
now.
because they have good quarterbacks and good situations, like good talent around them. It's like Aaron Rodgers is a good quarterback, but is it going to translate next season? Is he going to be healthy? Is it going to work? Like I don't know. It's too
I
early
don't
to
think
say.
so.
but,
It's like one of those things. Like, he tore his ACL. He's
Achilles.
30, or his Achilles. Excuse me. He's 36 years old. Like, you don't just come back from something like that. Like,
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you don't. Yes, he will come back and he will play football, but will he be the same Aaron Rodgers? I don't think so.
Probably not.
I mean, he'll still do great things. He'll still do Aaron Rodgers-esque things. But is it going to be good enough for them to push through?
I love when I see tweets and it was like, whatever caption, like, oh, this is how long I lasted at the bar the other night, and it's like Aaron Rodgers running out with the flag.
That was a good meme for a long time, dude. And it's nice to know that meme is still. It got pretty far.
I mean,
we're in what, week 15? Like,
no, it's a good meme. It really is. And like, I just remember I was in the car driving back week 1, like from my parents' house or something. I didn't watch the game, and then I have 300 text messages from various different people like, oh my god, he really tore his Achilles
on 9/11.
Yeah, like
yeah,
it was
I was
like,
sitting here. I remember I was watching and I was just like,
I
no
knew
way he just got hurt.
knew something bad had happened. Like if you have that many texts,
No, I wasn't watching the game either, but I think I saw a text saying, oh my god, no way that just happened. And obviously I was like, because I said something about it.
Well, I was just gonna say during the
I was
we
like,
already said
there's
this,
no
yeah.
way.
No, but like during the preview, Antonio goes, well, it would be the most Jets thing ever if he just like got really hurt week 1 and like didn't play the whole season.
I probably said really hurt too, like trying not to be.
No,
like,
you said
as
something
harsh.
like it would be the most Jets thing.
Yeah, no,
for him
that
to
is
get hurt week
100%.
1.
I 100% said that. And it is the most Jets thing, but I was shocked when I saw it because I was like, I can't believe that happened because that would happen, but I didn't really 100% think that was going to happen because that shit always happens to the Jets.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe they're just going to get their break. Met fans, Jet fans get fucked every fucking year. And
that's just the way of life.
And maybe this year, they're due, They're probably 0 for 10.
Eventually, those teams are due, right?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I was like, eventually something's going to work out.
The thing is, you just got to get people in the GM position, in the higher up positions that actually give a fuck.
Well, listen, I think Joe Douglas is a good GM, and he's
And
drafted
I
really
think that
well.
they've done a good job.
Yeah, besides Zach Wilson, they've drafted really well.
Of all teams that we like talk about, do we talk about the Jets the most? Because I think they're definitely up there.
Because it's so funny.
It's either them or the Patriots. I feel like we talked about the Patriots a lot too.
No,
Yeah,
I feel like
I
we
mean,
don't talk
this-
about the Patriots
This
that
year,
much.
definitely, the Jets
Really?
are getting more talk because of the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. I think in the middle of the year, we kind of dipped
Laid
down
off
in
of
our-
them?
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
lay off them, but in the beginning of the year, and I guess in the last
They were
couple
the
weeks.
story heading into the year. They were the main.
100%.
They were the
Well,
main
they were Hard
headliner.
Knocks and all that stuff.
Yeah, they were in Hard Knocks. Like everyone was excited. Like I gotta be honest. Like I was not excited only because Aaron
I was
Rodgers.
really curious.
I was
and
curious
intrigued.
to see how it would play out.
I
And
was gonna get in front of the TV for Jets games.
and
100%.
it definitely was unfortunate that it ended up the way that the most Jet way it possibly could have.
Yeah, and really, it's fun laughing about it before it happens when I say something about him getting hurt in a podcast. But then when it happens, I'm like, God damn, I kind of feel bad that I said that because it makes it seem like I wanted that to happen.
It's hilarious that you say that because there was a clip of me saying in that preview show, like, oh, I'm done drafting quarterbacks late in fantasy football because then you end up with a shithead like Dak Prescott at your quarterback. And who did I start in fantasy this week?
Dak
Prescott. And how many points did he have? 5 or 6?
Oh, man.
I listened to that and I was like, Nolan, like, why did I say that?
Are they frauds?
They're frauds.
Yeah.
I go
Because-
back and forth every week because I said he's the MVP last week and now he's a fraud. So it's like,
He's out of
but
he's out of the MVP.
Well, I can't keep my story straight. Apparently,
He's got Brock Purdy opinions.
I have
There's a realm though where you could say that. Come on in, sir.
You can't come in.
Look at this fucking guy, dude.
Good to see it. Welcome.
You can
He's got a
see
fa-
it.
Yeah, you sit in the middle and you share with me. How are you? Good to see you.
No problem.
The person that took my title away from me in fantasy football.
Oh yeah.
Representing 4-7.
I'm like, I shouldn't be here.
Wait,
you know,
he was
we're
4-7. You're
here.
4-7.
I went 4-7 and missed the playoffs, and he's
We're-
4-7 and
we're in the middle of
I
it.
went 5-9 and
I
missed the
lost
playoffs.
5 games in a row before entering the playoffs.
And then he won 2 games in a row somehow.
Dude, he's the Cinderella story.
So,
He's the Jets.
Mr. Hanna,
30, bro.
we're talking about the Cowboys. Are they frauds, or what are your feelings on the Cowboys at this moment?
I mean, they're not frauds, but they're like, their team's just not good enough to win, and like Dak's not good enough to win for sure.
They also suck against the run. Micah Parsons, great pass rusher, can't stop the run for his.
What
left
is it
foot.
when they go on the road against a good team? They just shrivel.
It seems
That's
like that
true.
happens multiple times this season too. Like that's not just once.
Whenever
like,
they go on the road against a good team.
like yeah,
Yeah, you show me them when they're like the number 1 seed, You know what I mean? And they have that home field advantage. But like until then,
So
not my favorite.
your NFC power rankings. Give me like 1 through 4 of like who you think the best teams are on the NFC.
I mean, who do you guys like? I want to hear.
I would say the 49ers are the best team, followed by the Eagles and the Cowboys, and then the Lions. That would be my top 4.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of chalk, but it's kind of true.
Yeah, I like the chalk there.
Okay.
I mean, I think I might put the Cowboys over the Eagles.
I think that's a close one. And
The
like
Eagles and the Cowboys.
yeah, and if they play for a third time this year, that will.
I mean,
be a
especially
hell
over
of a
the
game.
last few weeks, it seems like a close one.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Cowboys looked really good for a little bit, and then there was that, and the Eagles have not looked very good.
And
But,
then
like-
too, they also had like very similar losses to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Like they both got their asses pounded by the 49ers. So like you can't even judge by how they played the best team.
But the Eagles' loss was at home, so I think that's like almost
That's
a worse
true.
loss.
That's very true. You have to be good at home. I think Jalen Hurts hasn't looked very good. Dak Prescott has looked very good, other than the game this past weekend. I mean, he was terrible, but like, I don't know. It's just like whenever they go away, like if they don't have a home playoff game to start, they're fucked because they're gonna go into
fucked. I feel
they're gonna
like
go into
always.
somewhere that is like a decent team, and they're gonna go on the road. Like
So you know what probably happens is if Dallas doesn't win the division, they would rematch with Tampa in the first round. It'd be 4 and 5.
They'd
They'd
rape
play in the
Tampa.
second year in a row.
They fucked Tampa's mouth like really hard.
I don't know. Baker?
Can we get? Can I put in a lock of the century here?
Yeah.
Like you could take your daughter out of school and like bring her to Mexico.
I can't wait to hear it so I can
and
take
give
the
her to a
opposite.
cartel and say if the Celtics don't win by 5 tonight, you can keep
They're playing the Warriors.
I know. This is coming from a Warriors fan. Lock of the night, Celtics -4. For sure.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
From a Warriors fan, that's
Oh, yeah.
nuts.
The Celtics love playing down to their competition, though.
Warriors
Wait,
just
side
won 2 in a
note.
row, dude.
What the fuck is wrong with Draymond Green? Did he
God,
just
this-
go,
this
he's
might
just
go
a
for 20
gamer,
minutes.
dude.
He just does like drugs, I think, bro. Like,
did he just fly off the handle?
Nah, I like it.
nah, he just like that's just who he is, bro. That's who he's always been. Like I've always like said he's not dirty, but I was lying the whole time. It's gotten to this point.
that one that got him like suspended.
I knew
was,
it when he kicked Steven Adams in the nuts for sure.
No, my favorite.
I was like, whoa.
My favorite one was him stomping on. I think Domantas Sabonis getting stomped on his chest is like the funniest
That
one.
was-
That's the funniest one
that
because
was
it looks
earlier
so
this year,
bad.
wasn't it?
No, that was in the playoffs last year.
The
but-
playoffs
And then like
last year.
old NBA heads were like, no, that's not dirty. Like that's
This is how we played in the 80s. It's like shut up. This isn't the 80s anymore. He
Yeah,
literally
but how much more
physically
fun was that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we move on to this week?
Yeah, let's
The
move
real
on this
question.
week.
Yeah, let me take out
Well, hold on.
What do we?
So you said Dak's probably out of the MVP conversation, right?
It's Brog.
Christian McCaffrey.
I could see.
I
it.
think it should be.
I don't think it should go to a quarterback this
And
year.
is Josh Allen entered his name into the mix?
I was talking shit about Brock
He's
Purdy,
in the mix.
but like
You were, and then he played a really good
stats-
game.
His like QB rating too, like with his stats. I think Lamar could be up there too. Lamar's.
I
If
think it should
Lamar-
be Christian, Brock, and Lamar right
if
now. That's what
Lamar
I would
wins
say.
this game, if Lamar wins this game Sunday, I can say that he might be the MVP.
Lamar's
Like,
top-
he probably is the MVP.
I think
Tyreek-
Lamar's top 3 right now
Tyreek Hill.
in consideration. Not anymore.
Did he play kind of?
he played bat. Well,
He didn't play.
last week.
That's why I think
that's
he's
why I
out.
lost you. All
Yeah, I mean,
right, let's go.
yeah, he got hurt though, so like you're out, bud.
It's crazy. It's crazy too that like the NFL is not going to know what the fuck to do because like they can't just say
It's
we're
just going to
gonna
be
give it to
whatever the
Mahomes.
best team is at the end of the year.
Because Mahomes has been doo-doo for it, dude. That win against the Patriots
Like,
didn't
his
feel
team
like a
just
win.
like his team sucks.
Yeah.
Like they that did not feel like a win.
They're
for
starting to
them.
get healthy though.
Oh, here we go with this
I mean,
shit.
dude, is
again.
Kadarius Toney really is like number one? Like, who's his numbers? Like,
Who's
why-
that?
Reishi Rice.
Who's that? Yeah, right.
I think he's way better than Tony.
Yeah, I know. Like, why does he throw to Tony though? Like ever? Then
I don't know.
like,
They should bench him. Yeah.
he has, dude. Like, you're telling me you guys can't go out there and catch more? Like, he has some drops there.
The odds of him throwing an interception when throwing to Tony is probably higher than him catching the ball.
And his stats are horrible, dude.
Like
Horrible.
They're still probably going to make it to the AFC Championship. Like probably.
Nah,
It's not a
I
guarantee.
could see
but,
them
like,
losing in the wild card. I really could.
I could too.
If they like play like the Browns or somebody, like if they play the Browns or if they play
They would play Cincinnati if it started today.
Like that would be a horny game.
Cincinnati,
That would
could
be a
beat them.
really horny
Like,
game.
The thing is though, in years past,
though, dude.
Dude, the Bills might play. The Bills could play them.
In years past, you could look at the Chiefs and go, I can't see them losing to anybody. This year, I'm like, they could lose to anybody.
I think the Chiefs are more scared of the Bills than the Bills are scared of the Chiefs right now.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that hasn't been the case ever.
The Seahawks the best team.
Maybe.
The Seahawks
After
are
like,
good.
I like Drew
Pete
Lock.
Carroll
The
moment.
Seahawks are a sleeper playoff team to upset someone for sure.
Wow.
For sure.
No,
They have a good
I mean,
team.
I've-
They have
I
a
like
really
the
good
Seahawks.
team. I
They're
just think
not
they have a
bad.
good team.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's a good coach. They don't have Russell Wilson, who sucks ass. Geno Smith he's actually good. Like, he's not bad.
Drew Lock apparently is him.
DK Metcalf is him.
Yeah, he's just ginormous.
Tyler Lockett's a very good player.
He's gonna. By the way, I had him in fantasy all year. He's gonna start going off now that I'm out of.
For
Fantasy.
Oh, that's already happening
Yeah.
to all
He
my
looked at his
fantasy
stats
players.
and he was like, "Oh, I need."
Oh, now I can.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
Like 12.
All right.
He opened my ESPN fantasy app.
Week 16,
Mm-hmm.
ladies and germs. Saints at the Rams. The Saints are 4-point underdogs. The over-under is 46 points. Alan Hanna, why don't you kick us off with your pick?
Rams -4.5.
-4, but yes.
-4. Yeah, Rams
that might be
-4.
That might be free. That might be like really free.
Right now, it's 93% on the Rams.
I think this could also move
Ooh.
before Thursday to like -6
Rams
Rams.
are heating up, dude.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the Rams much. Like, what do we think they do? Do we think they do anything, or are they just?
They could
Are they
beat.
just
They could
tickling
beat a
right
team
now?
in the playoffs.
Kyron.
Yeah, Kyron Williams is really
He's
good.
actually really good.
I
Are
mean,
they just
Cooper-
tickling right now.
Cooper
or
Kupp
what?
and Puka on either side. I mean,
if it ended today, they'd play Dallas.
I did so. Oh, they might beat Dallas
Oh
too.
wow!
Oh, that might be bank. That's house.
I get so mad too because like I watch that team and like I don't know why I don't think they're good or like I just will like bet on the other side and then it's like oh wait they're actually really good.
So they would if they made the playoffs, they'd probably play either Dallas or the Lions. Like if they play Dallas or they play the Lions, and I like them against Goff.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
The
Oh my
Rams.
God.
Yeah, the Rams are.
Wow, Rams Lions would be a great storyline in the playoffs. Goff versus former team.
I think
Stafford.
Goff would get some revenge
Stafford
there,
versus
though.
former team.
I like the
Wow.
because I feel
That'd
like
be great. That's so happening.
Yes.
That is so happening.
That's-
It's not just golf.
everyone would want Goff to get his revenge, though. Like,
Oh, everyone would be rooting for the Lions in that.
The
game.
Rams would be the heel for sure.
He said, "This is fuck you."
Wow, and Stafford would be going to Detroit in that game too. He'd be
Yeah, he
playing at
would.
Detroit in a playoff game. Wow, that'd be great.
That's like my allowance for the week on that, dude. For sure.
I got the Rams in this game. I don't love it, but you just can't trust the Saints. It's just one of those things where it's like Derek Carr on the road
That's what I
on
mean.
Thursday night.
Stafford's way
like-
better than Carr right now.
I don't love the game in general, but I'll take the Rams. So
I'm also gonna take the Rams.
what do we do every Thursday?
It's a
No matter
fu-
how
yeah,
many people
every
are here,
Thursday.
it's always around. So
Wait, isn't there like a Thursday underdog thing or something? Or?
Monday underdogs. The last 6 Monday night underdogs have couch.
Now that we noticed that.
Yeah, now
like,
it's yeah.
It's over now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, and it's the Ravens on Monday night too, so that means home on the
those
Niners.
are a really good Monday night game, and it's a Christmas game.
Ravens are the underdog.
Yeah. See, now you like it. All right.
I might not.
That's
start Lamar
crazy.
for that.
Lamartin.
Who's your other option?
What? Who?
None.
Kendrick Nunn or Lamar? Who are you starting?
That's nuts.
All right, Saturday at 4:30, the Bengals with their backup travel to the Pittsburgh Steelers on their third backup.
House on bank.
Mason Rudolph starting for the Steelers.
House on bank.
Since Cincinnati is a 1.5-point favorite in Pittsburgh, over under is 37 points. Jamar Chase is most likely out for this game, but that is not confirmed at this point.
I don't really think.
T.
it
Higgins down the
matters.
stretch.
Especially
Especially now that my fantasy team is out.
No Jamar Steelers +2.5.
This
Jamar Bengals -2.5.
this might be the year the Steelers have a losing record.
Oh yeah.
the Steelers are not winning this game. The Bengals are free.
I also am taking the Bengals.
Changing Bengals free.
I'm on
Bengals
the
are
orange.
free.
I'm on the
Bengals
Orange
free.
Cats.
Bengals free.
Off, dude.
This is a 4:30 on Saturday.
That's a
like,
4:30 Saturday. Yes. Saturday at 8, we got a very classic game. The Buffalo Bills take on the Los Angeles Chargers in a Easton Stick versus Josh Allen duel.
with a new coach.
Anyone want to guess the spread? Any guesses on the spread?
I already looked at it.
Bills
So.
by how many, Allen? How many are the Bills favored by in this game? After the Chargers just lost,
in Buffalo.
it's in Los Angeles. The Chargers just lost.
It's kind of a Buffalo home game though.
Minus 12.5.
12.
Wow.
Good guess. Very good guess. This is just the mowdown, no?
Little backdoor Chargers.
But
What if it isn't?
But it's the fired coach with the replacement.
You
coach.
love that.
So I have to go with that. Even though I think the Bills killed them, I'll take the Chargers plus 12.
So yeah, I mean that's a big number.
It's a tough game.
Is Kellen Moore the interim?
Stick. Josh Allen just threw like 90 yards and they just like sharded on a team. Like,
Who's the interim? If it's Kellen Moore, I'm taking the Chargers. If it's Kellen,
Bills minus 12.5.
Easton is a brand for baseball bats and hockey sticks. So
Not anymore,
he's
but-
literally a hockey stick.
yeah.
GIF Smith.
Okay, yeah.
What?
Bills.
GIF?
Bills minus 20.
Gifts.
Chargers interim head
Why would
coach.
it not be Kellen Moore?
Custom parlay that to minus 20 Bills for sure.
Yeah.
GIF GIFF Smith.
Alternate spread. Bills minus 35.
There's a chance all the Bills players are wasted when they show up because they don't think chance in this game.
All right.
Is he-
so
is he-
backdoor Chargers.
Is he Voldemort?
Wait, you're taking
Who is
Chargers?
that?
I'm taking
This
Chargers.
is GIF Smith. Everybody.
Oh, he's Emperor Palpatine.
So he's the
dude.
interim. Okay, we didn't talk about this. Does Bill Belichick go to the Chargers? Remember we talked about this, and now it's like a real possibility.
I could definitely see it.
He should go to his wife, dude. I think, and just get out of here.
Yeah, like
He
He
should go to
cannot
his-
dude,
he gets traded to his
clearly
wife.
cannot evaluate talent.
so.
I don't know
Would
if
you
he
be
ever
happy? Would you be happy if he stayed with the Patriots but wasn't the GM anymore?
Those seem to be the two options.
I mean, yeah, I feel like the Patriots need to like do a lot of like, dude, is Kraft the guy? I mean, what were the Patriots before Thomas Brady? Like, you know what I mean? Like
They were ass.
Yeah, they're cheeks. They're
Yeah, they were
dog shit.
ass. They
Literally
won
dog shit.
Super Bowl and got.
Well, were you trying to say like who is the GM?
I mean, dude, Robert Kraft gets hand jobs from masseuses.
Well,
Like,
when did
what are we doing?
when did Bill
Tom
take
heard that, he
over?
was like, oh.
He's like, I want to leave. Like, I want to be out of here.
When did Bill take over the GM thing?
The whole time.
As soon as he
The
was
whole
there.
time?
Yeah.
How good was he at drafting Tom Brady though?
Yeah.
Gronk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like even if he stays and they need to find a new GM, whoever they find, Bill is still gonna have a say in who they draft. No,
I literally like don't.
Well,
care.
yeah.
Like,
it'll still be
people
Bill's
say, like,
decision.
Patriots like had good defenses and that was like true, but like, dude, like, I don't.
There's something just unquantifiable about Tom Brady.
Like other
there
teams
really
play
is.
bad because Tom Brady was on the other.
No,
side.
that's
Like,
true.
I'm not even kidding.
That's
Like,
literally
It's
I'm
true.
not even kidding.
Well,
besides Eli Manning,
it's like funny. No, it's like
Manning.
it's like funny to say that, but like think about when Tiger Woods was really at his peak. Other golfers said they played bad because Tiger Woods was playing it on some. Like,
Yeah,
because,
I would.
Like, obviously, you're gonna be like, holy shit! Like Tom Brady's on the other sideline. Like, what the fuck? Like Matt Ryan did that in the Super Bowl. That's literally what Matt Ryan did. He was like,
Multiple Falcons players.
he was like, oh, the lead
Because
that's
I
Tom
f-
Brady. I can't hold on to that.
The problem I have with people saying that he can stay and just not have the GM title, I feel like no matter who you put at the GM,
Well,
he's still gonna be the
They
GM.
they have to like
They would still consult him.
right. They would have to get almost approval that like, oh, this person works.
and
right?
I just
No,
don't
dude,
think that's
I
a
would-
situation
I
they
don't think
want.
that's how. I mean, technically, that's not how that's supposed to work. And
Yeah.
technically, the GM's supposed to be able to tell the coach, like, I can put whoever
Okay.
whoever I want.
But whoever you put in
say
there,
you're
he's
scrawny,
not gonna-
say you're scrawny nerd GM, right? And you go up to Bill and you're like, "Hey, Bill, like I want to draft this guy," and he's like, "Fuck
I'm like,
no."
he didn't stick a good.
Yeah,
pick.
but
Like,
then he's like, "Fuck no," and then
Yeah.
you draft him anyway.
You're like,
He's
but
not
look
gonna
at
play him.
you're like Bill. Look at his WRC
Lord,
plus.
like, you
It's
food,
really
you didn't eat it, so
I brought you food and you. It's true. No, but it's true. It's true. But like he
shove it
hates
down
like
your throat with a screwdriver.
no, but like he hates talented receivers. It's like, can we draft one, please? Like,
Yeah, and obviously, dude, like he only drafts like O linemen who get hurt. Like that's just it.
Cole
So-
Strange.
So I don't know. I think the Chargers move would make sense, like obviously, but like I don't think he should be the GM there either. I
So
think he should just be a coach.
now it's not trend.
Defenses though, like getting stops in the fourth quarter. Like,
The Chargers would hire him though to be the GM and head coach.
If they hire him,
listen,
they give him full control.
It's not trending
Yeah.
this way now because the Bills are looking really good. But I was saying if the Bills miss the playoffs, Bill Belichick to the
Who
Bills.
do the Patriots hire?
They're gonna
That would
have
be-
Gerard
That
Mayo.
would be sick.
I would
That would
hate.
be
sick if
insane.
Bill Belichick went to the Bills.
I would hate Gerard.
That would
They would be.
I would
so
hate Gerard
good.
Mayo as the interim or as like the new coach. That's just the same
Mike
thing.
Tomlin
Just
as the
like
Patriots head coach,
That's
dude.
probably the most.
No,
likely
he might go to.
option.
He might go to the Chargers. I could see that.
Mike Tomlin as a Patriots head coach would be so savage. Like,
I don't know because
They
I
don't
feel
fire
like it would be
coaches,
the
though.
same as
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin does not do well with. He does well with wide
He's like, we
receivers,
got
but that's
Kenny
about
Pickett.
it.
dude, his eyes are like.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he's the one that picked Kenny Pickett.
Aw.
Kenny Pickett's the best, dude.
Dude, who did Kenny Pickett get picked over? What pick did they have for
'Cause
that?
he did that fake slide.
Fucking Bill
He did that
Montgomery.
fucking
That's
fake
who.
slide,
He did that
dude,
fake
they were
slide,
like-
yeah, and Mike Tomlin was like,
He
"Yeah, this."
literally-
I don't think they.
Yeah.
I don't think they really missed out on anyone because of that. But that was like not a good pick either. So.
Yeah, he got taken like 25th or something.
All right, let's get this train back on the tracks.
Yeah,
Detroit plays on the road at Minnesota. Detroit is favored by 3. The over/under is 47 points.
Bro,
I might sound like a chalk here, but like,
I'm done with the Vikings.
yeah, the Vikings are ill, dude. Like, ugh. Definitely Lions -3 for sure.
Why is it only 3?
Because the Vikings are winning this game.
Yeah, no, I said
What is
the
it?
same thing.
Plus
Mine,
3.
yeah, it's +3.
What time is the game?
1 o'clock.
Kirk Cousins is not playing.
Oh, well, no, I know that, but like, I know that, but like,
Nick Mullins is playing.
But now we got Justin Jefferson back. They're at home. Detroit off a big win.
Justin Jefferson also played last week.
Dude,
No,
if,
I know.
if Minnesota makes the playoffs, that's so gross.
Minnesota's winning the
seed is Detroit right now.
4 or 3.
3.
They're 10-4.
I don't know. They could be trying to get that. They're kind of like they need this win.
They need to
bro.
get on their horse.
They
They
need this
they
win.
want to.
Minnesota money line.
I don't know, dude. Cowboys have a tough schedule to close, dude. Lions could sneak in at the 2 seed.
Mine,
Think about it.
Maybe.
The
Yeah,
Lions
no,
low key.
I agree.
These next few games, like
Lions low key could take
I
the
said
1
last
seed.
week the Lions aren't out of the 1 seed.
They're not.
They're
no.
they're a game out.
They're right in there.
We'll see what happens. I like
San Fran has what 2 tough games coming up now. They play the Ravens.
Oh
and
yeah,
the-
they play the Ravens and they
play-
sure they close out.
They
Oh,
just
they play
have
the
to lose to
Commanders and the
Ravens. Like for
Rams.
for Brock Purdy to learn and become
So-
who he is, he has to go through what Tom Brady went through, and that's like a Ravens defense. Like, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing.
Brock Purdy's now Tom Brady.
No, but I'm just saying, like stats wise, like he's kind of sick. But
the Lions play the Vikings
Like, dude-
twice in the next 3 weeks.
has he played a defense like the Ravens defense, dude? Like Ravens defense gives like San Fran defense vibes. Like they're not like
Dude,
Cowboys
Brock-
defense.
Yeah, but
is
then they
fast.
blow like a 10-point lead in like every
Like,
3
dude,
weeks.
Micah Parsons might be the most overrated player I've ever seen in my life.
He can't stop the run. He's
He's a
allergic to the
midget.
run.
He's literally a midget.
And he's been kind of like injured this year.
He looks like a wide receiver, dude. Like
Kind of. All right,
He's like built.
He looks like a
Debo.
dumbass.
I'm on the
He's built like Debo Samuel.
like AJ Brown, dude.
Yeah.
AJ
Dude,
Brown and
AJ
Debo
Brown's
Samuel might just be, like,
nasty.
AJ Brown and DK Metcalf are on steroids. We talked about that yesterday. They love getting in fights like once a game.
Yeah.
Why do you think Debo wears sleeves all the time, dude? Because he doesn't want to show his roided out arms, bro. Like,
Debo, yeah, no.
No, he's literally
Why
the
does-
big,
why
he's
does
the
it
biggest
say-
he's the biggest
DK
receiver I've
Metcalf,
ever seen.
Debo and AJ Brown are all built the same.
Why are they
Nut.
like they always wear the tinted visors, dude? And they don't want anyone to
They
see their
have steroid
face.
eyes, bro.
Yeah, the roid eyes.
What does that look like?
Fucking-
Just
Is it just
bloodshot.
bloodshot all
That's
the
what my
time?
Tomlin's
Small-
eyes look like.
Yeah.
That's
Small ass pupils. Yeah,
All right.
they don't dilate.
What?
That's why they're sensitive to light. They need the tint. Else they can't see.
Steroid eyes are sensitive to light?
Well, if your pupils are small,
Well, yeah, they say like in baseball it gives you like a visual advantage too. I never understood that.
having
Like,
what,
What if AJ
sunglasses
Brown
on?
comes on?
No,
the
like,
goes
steroids.
on Twitter and's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
he's just like,
I just think
what
it-
the
it-
fuck did
Apparently
you
it helps
say
with
about me?
eyesight.
I'm like, oh.
I think it helps with the reaction time.
Just
more than-
fucking get like
He
hyper
He
focused.
walks in right now and just beats the shit out of me, dude.
Who?
Like AJ Brown and Debo Samuel.
Yeah, they fucking they rip the door down and like throw it out of the way.
instead of just opening
Micah
it.
Parsons walks in, he's small as fuck, bro. He's like,
Doesn't he have a podcast?
He does. Yeah, he was saying something this week like, man, just because we're the Cowboys, we have one bad week and everybody wants to jump
he
on Dak
Draymond
Prescott.
He might be.
He's
I've
the
never seen him
Draymond
in
of
the
the
same room, dude.
Wow.
So everyone has Detroit but me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Faded.
Washington at the Jets.
Ew.
Terrible jam. Washington +3. Over under is 37.5 points.
Wilson playing?
This will be Zach Wilson probably. If I had to guess.
Can I take neither?
I'd have the Jets. The Jets are winning this
I got
game.
the Jets too.
I have
Meaningless games to make their draft position worse. Yes, the Jets. Jets -3 is the spread, and it's the Washington football team, Commanders, whatever you want to
I
call
will
it.
be taking the Commanders.
2 for the Jets, 1 for the Commanders.
Commanders +5. Wait, +3.
+3.
+3.
Is Sam Howell
+3.
Jameis Winston?
Well, people thought he was really good, and now people think he's really bad. So I don't know what the.
Their team is just really bad.
He might just be Jameis Winston.
I don't know how Ron Rivera hasn't gotten fired yet.
That's coming.
I mean,
Just wait
At
for
the
that
end of
one.
this year, it's
Yeah.
definitely coming.
Green Bay at
He's the
Carolina.
next Brandon Staley. He's the one we need to like
Yeah.
hammer on now. If he doesn't get fired after this year, we need to like manifest it.
Green Bay is a 4.5 point favorite at Carolina. Over under is 36.5 points. I feel like Allen likes this game for some reason.
Green Bay -4.5 for sure.
This is one of those games where Jordan Love like looks like the greatest quarterback you've ever seen.
There hasn't been many of those games.
Well, I mean that's a bit of it's like an exaggeration, but I mean, dude, when he either plays really fucking good or he plays really fucking bad.
This might sound very random, but the over is setting on this jam. This is a game with a lot of points.
I have 36.
36.5.
Yeah, that's.
This is like 20.
Are we allowed to pick those? We can
Well,
pick
your official pick is the spread, but you can't pick over unders too.
Okay.
I like the over a lot in that
Green Bay
game.
-4.5 over 36.5.
I'll take Green
I
Bay.
might put that bet in right now.
Yeah, I'll take Green Bay. I just think like this Carolina team. How can you bet on? How can you bet
They're
on this
just way
Carolina
better.
team?
They're way better than that team.
All right. Cleveland at Houston. Big game for
Clee.
playoff hopes all around. Cleveland is -2 at Houston. Over under is 41.5. This is no CJ Stroud.
I saw he was questionable.
I would assume with this line,
Flacco.
Case Cleveland starts Joe Flacco, Houston starts Case Keenum. I'd assume with this line they're saying no CJ Stroud. That's what I base it off of. I don't know for sure. But.
Make a case for Keenan.
Because he only has a concussion.
Revenge game for Case Keenum, former Brown.
Mm,
No, dude.
I think if he was playing the Vikings, it's more of a revenge game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, is it though?
The
Well,
Browns are 9-5.
Browns are 9-5. I know.
Dude,
the Browns a
what
10-win
the fuck is
team,
going
dude.
on?
the
Browns -2 for shizzle, dude. If no CJ Stroud, like if CJ Stroud plays, dude, Browns defense is really good.
I think it's the best like unit.
And
in
dude,
the league.
Joe, like give me Joe Flacco -2. I don't give a shit. I don't. I'll put my daughter down.
I don't know if South is thinking the same thing.
Joey Elite.
I love the Texans in this game.
Why?
Number one, like I said before, Cleveland is hanging on by a thread. If you look at how the roster is right now, with Joe Flacco being the quarterback, you say, how the fuck is this a 9-win team? Their defense is very good, yes.
Really good.
They've given up points. To me, it doesn't even matter if it's C.J. Stroud or Case Keenum. I think that they score points in this game, and I think Houston wins, especially being at home. Houston loves playing at home.
I'm agreeing with Alan a lot tonight, and I'm going to keep agreeing with him. I like the Browns -2, and I think this is like 10-7 or like 13-10.
Yeah, the couch likes the Browns, and I think
really pretty line.
Yeah. I like -2.
I think this
especially
is
if Keenum plays.
34-28
Oh,
Houston.
you have a really high scoring game.
Yeah.
I have the complete opposite. I think Cleveland just keeps this low
The
scoring
only way
and close.
Houston wins this game is if they score points.
All right.
And
They're not going to. Then.
They are. They are going to score points.
All right.
You just wait.
Don't they have injured? They have injured receivers too, kind of.
Oh,
Tank Dell's out
Dillon,
and
Nico
Nico Collins.
also back
They
to
have
the
Noah
Jets.
Brown. Noah Brown is very good.
Hasn't their run game been kind of shitty too?
Yeah, it's
Singletary's
not bad.
been
I'll save
Singletary's
that
been
for
pretty
Singletary's
good.
been better actually. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
What'd you say?
No, I was gonna say something about the Jets in Washington, but I'll save it for
Did
props.
you pick this game?
I did.
What'd you pick?
I said
we
the
all
couch
Browns.
likes the Browns.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Indy at the Falcons. Indy is +1 at the Falcons.
Is this like a hungry dog runs faster type deal?
That case it would be Atlanta.
See, now
I'm
that
gonna go first, I'm not going first. Here.
now that I'm on Indianapolis and I
Feels
want to bet them this
horrendous.
week, I feel like I have to. Like I feel like the Falcons are gonna win this game, but I want to take Indianapolis so bad.
You would have to be a fool to take the Falcons. You take the Colts here.
Their quarterback's awful. I'm taking the Colts.
Let's hear you take the Falcons. I know you want to.
Yeah, should I take the Falcons so you guys can win your bet?
Wow.
I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah, Colts plus money. Yeah, give me Colts plus, and then under 44.5.
Colts in the under from Allen. You heard it here first. Seattle at Tennessee. Seattle is a 2.5-point favorite on the road. Over under is 41.5.
Seattle so wants to lose here.
I think Seattle's the
God
best team in
bless
the
you.
league, so Seattle.
Seattle's the best team in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know Seattle, dude.
Seattle minus 2.5.
Yeah, Seattle minus 2.5. Watch out, Purdy. They're coming for you.
Drew Lock is coming for you.
For sure.
Is Geno okay? What happened with Geno Smith?
I think it's just like a short injury. I think he should be back. I don't know for sure, really, but I'm pretty sure he's coming back. I think, I mean,
This is just a dumb game that Tennessee wins. Like for no reason.
Yeah.
I love every favorite,
Yeah.
dude. I pick like every favorite.
He's not even on the injury report.
So he should be back this week, I would think.
Okay.
Shitty first game back.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
I feel like the Seahawks are going to
You're You're more than allowed.
I want the Seahawks to make it to the playoffs.
So Alan, the
Dude,
rules.
there's so many teams in the mix.
The rules of the podcast state you can change your pick during that game, but you can't change afterwards. So if you want to,
Seahawks minus 2.
Okay.
For sure.
all right,
Yeah, if you take your hands off this
Although I
RAP,
picked the underdog last in the other game, so.
all right. So
yeah,
I
fuck
like-
Poopy.
I like Tennessee in this game. I think
Okay.
Tennessee wins this game.
Alan on the lonely island with Seattle after a big Monday night win.
Cheadle.
My favorite game of the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. 405.
The Battle of Florida.
Jacksonville at Tampa Bay. Another Battle of Florida. Jacksonville is +1 at Tampa Bay. Over-under is 43.5. How do the Jacksonville Jaguars not win this game? Seriously.
Why is it only one? Just because the Jags played terrible.
I really this
Sunday
spread
night?
this spread might just
minus 1.
Jags +1.
Plus. Oh, wow. Yeah, Jaguars.
Jags.
Jags.
Yeah.
Jags.
Jags butt slam.
Oh, I'll be on the Jags.
Teddy Slam, dude. Like,
They could make
This
Baker
line
look.
is this line is telling you that Tampa Bay's gonna murder him.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
I
not
don't
gonna
care.
happen.
Yeah.
Normally I care. I don't give a damn right now.
I don't give a dime.
I really like Jacksonville.
Baker might look like shit.
This is like 27-10 Jacksonville. Like it's just gonna be.
I
an
like
easy game.
Jacksonville because I think that they
They're gonna be like, we're not losing this.
number
division.
one will definitely play better than they did on Sunday night, and number two they have to keep pace and they have
And I
to
feel
win.
like they
That's what I
love. I think they love playing like teams like this, where
They
it's
have
just
to
like
win
a
the division,
kind
too.
of good, kind of bad team, and they just like shut on them.
The Jags have been kind of down the last 2
Jacksonville,
weeks
Mike
too.
Evans,
So
TD.
and if they don't win this AFC South,
Jacksonville,
they don't win this game. They're in trouble.
Jacksonville, Mike Evans, Calvin Ridley parlay.
ooh.
Maybe
Yeah.
Well, did Mike Evans score last week?
he did.
He's not scoring this week.
No, dude. That's the only way. He's like really good in fantasy, and the only way he gets points is through touchdowns. And he just like.
Yeah, the week before
That's all he does, dude.
But then he has
It's
those
'cause
weeks
he's
where he has
massive,
4
Tight end,
points.
bro.
He has one of those weeks where he has 4 points.
yeah,
I
that
think
was the
this-
week before.
He's a better
This
tight end than
is-
Travis Kelce, bro.
We all have Jacksonville.
Does he run block?
Jacksonville.
Are we
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is he better than Amani Toomer?
So, this is the week that you take all of our picks and throw them in the trash.
Fade 'em.
Yeah,
Just
just
fade
fade
every single
everything.
Put
Just
20 on everything.
we agree on like every game so far. Not like all of us, but it seems like we're
Yeah.
pretty in lockstep. Dallas at Miami. Big game.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fun game.
Miami is a 1.5-point favorite. The over/under is 51 points.
So I'm
over
gonna predict,
51.
I'm gonna predict
Oh,
that
no hell,
we're all picking Miami. That's
No
my
hell.
prediction.
No hell.
I have Dallas.
No hell.
I don't know.
If Hill's not playing, Dallas is like the freest. Dallas out. Yeah, actually, Dallas for sure.
I like Dallas.
Dallas for sure. I was just talking shit about Dallas,
Questionable.
but like,
I feel like it's just not gonna work out for them to win their
I
division.
don't like Miami.
They're 0-3 against teams with winning records this year, so I figured they just have to get one. Like they got to get one.
No Hill, dude. Book it.
I don't know. This is the classic Dallas case of going into
On
a
the road.
team where on the road
Yeah.
against a good team.
Yeah,
like
They can run the ball too, the
But
Dolphins, and they play
Miami
like
loves
fucking
putting up
shit
points at
against the
home.
run.
It's the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. The Dolphins against a good team versus the Cowboys on the road.
I think
against a good team.
McDaniels looks good this game.
Okay. I mean, I have him.
I mean,
I have him in my coach's fantasy league, so that's good.
Yeah, he's gonna put up tons of numbers tomorrow on the weekend.
I think he's gonna show up
no
a good
one
game
loved
plan.
That was so sassy. The way you said that to him.
I'm not really getting
Oh, that's
coach's
good.
fantasy league. Like, no way.
I was like, how much was the buy-in? Let me get it.
We do next year, like.
Is it a keeper?
Yeah, no, he's gonna school Mike McCarthy's old fucking bowling ball fat
That's
ass.
like saying I'm going to be smarter than like the 90-year-old that works behind me at work. Like, obviously, I'm going to be like.
Yeah, no, Mike McCarthy's on the sideline and his mic is up and he's like talking to the paper, thinking he's talking to the quarterback, and then Dan comes up and he's like, "Hey, put that in front of your mouth."
Yeah, no, but like he's like literally eating a bowl of KFC and then like calling the play in between. It's like, all right, Mike, calm down. Like,
Fattest human in the world. Like,
Dan Quinn gives all the locker room
he has like
speeches.
smaller fat people orbiting him. Like, on the
Well, there's got to be a reason why Dan Quinn stays up in the box. Like, there's got to be a reason.
four offensive linemen just constantly rotating around him.
He's a blimp, dude. He's an absolute blimp.
he fucking sucks.
Him versus Andy Reid in like a sumo contest.
cheeseburger eating
Oh, and a
contest.
cheeseburger eating contest.
Oh, Andy wins. Even though he's a
I
little
think
less
Andy
fat,
wins.
Andy wins.
Yeah, I think Andy
but
wins.
dies
Just
after,
because
for
Mike
sure.
sucks.
Andy
You know-
wins but dies.
Do you know like the Lorax with like the big mustache or whatever?
Andy-
Mike,
There was a picture with Taylor Swift with it. And they go, "Oh, Taylor finally met Andy Reid," and it's just the Lorax. I was crying.
Mike
That's
McCarthy.
so funny.
McCarthy would lose the cheeseburger contest because like he'd forget he's in a contest and be like, "Oh, this is really good," and then just start enjoying every bite.
He'd be like,
He'd be like, "Where's the fries?"
he'd be like,
All right, that was good.
I don't-
Dan, I'll
really-
tell you, this is good.
I really don't know who to pick in this game, dude.
You still haven't picked?
No.
Wait, who's it?
Dallas. Pick Dallas.
I'm gonna also pick Dallas,
Wow. All right.
going against my better judgment.
All right, next game. Arizona at Chicago.
Ew.
I know.
Fuck that.
Arizona's 4.5-point dogs at Chicago. Over-under's 44.5 points. I think Chicago wins this game, but do they win by more than 4? What?
No, I
Arizona.
saw something
Arizona
else.
plus 4.5, dude. I think the better quarterback has it done.
Oh,
that's
it's
not-
Arizona. No. It's about the next game.
Oh, okay. I like Chicago only because I think they win this game, and I don't want to play the game of I need Arizona to win by or lose by 1 to 4. So
Well,
I'll take the Bears.
I like Kyler Murray.
I like Kyler Murray too, but
I like the Bears.
split decision on that one.
How are the dude? I don't know. How are the Bears like winning games?
Plus, they put up 30 against the
Are they a
Niners last
5-win
weekend.
team? They win 6 games.
They might win 7 or 8, but
Cardinals are the most underrated.
7 or 8
team.
could possibly get them in the playoffs. Which
they're
is,
not.
Which
They're
is
not making.
gross.
They're
playoffs.
not making the playoffs.
It could possibly.
That'd be
That's
the
which is
ugliest fucking
gross.
playoff team ever.
It's gross.
All right, New England at Denver.
And it's gonna snow.
Ooh.
So excited.
New England is plus 6.5. Over under 34.5. If it's gonna snow, I love the Patriots.
I don't.
Wow,
And if
New-
it was
on
snowing
New
in New
Year's
England,
Eve-
yeah, but when it's snowing in Denver, can you just see C.J. Anderson running into the end zone after Gronk blew
That was
his fucking knee
That
out?
was the worst day of my life. That was the day that we got caught in my basement drinking. and then that next day was the CJ Anderson game in the snow, and
That's right.
I was a miserable human being Monday morning.
With,
I wanted to kill myself
what's
going
his
into
face?
school
That was
Monday
wasn't that
morning.
his first game?
It was Osweiler.
Oh, that was Brock
It was Brock
Osweiler.
Osweiler.
Brock Osweiler.
God, that was the worst
I was
day.
I was
That
on
was Gronk on the
severe
ground.
I was on a severe grounding. I was on a severe grounding and suicide watch, and then I'm watching the game, and they're up 17 to like 3 in the fourth quarter, and they
So I
blow
was
it.
in like a straight jacket in his bed.
no,
watching
like
the game.
I couldn't move. I couldn't
No,
breathe.
Didn't we deferred in overtime, right? Didn't we defer
Different
in
game.
overtime?
No, different game. That was against the Jets, but
Whatever.
Yeah, that was a terrible game. I remember I watched that next door.
that was like November. That was like
20
second.
No, dude.
Oh, I thought you were
I
talking
don't
about the
think so.
year.
Oh, when,
2016.
did they
No,
not
no,
know
earlier
when they
than
called
that.
it?
14?
2014,
and it was
I
like
think.
a thing after
Or
the game?
2015.
That was
Any-
15. The CJ
2015.
Anderson
It was
thing?
like it was like
That was the year Denver won the Super Bowl.
it was like November 22nd, 2015. I want to see if I can.
Might have been December.
Denver won the
it was
Super Bowl
snowy.
that year.
Yeah, because they
When the
played again in the
Patriots
AFC
lost.
Championship, and Gostowski
It was
missed the
Because
extra point.
didn't it come down to that game that they played in Denver?
Yeah, and then they played them at Denver.
Yeah, that was
they had
for
to
the
play
one
in
seed.
Denver again.
It would have been in New England if they won that game.
Well, that was that.
I think,
Does it
right?
say the date?
Like the playoff game would have been in New
Like,
England
click
if
on-
they
Oh
won
yeah,
that
100
game.
they both went 12-4,
Oh, that's
and they
not
had the tiebreaker.
Yes, it is.
No, that's the Jets one.
Yeah, the Jets won. Oh yeah, that was
the one
crazy.
for Denver?
That was at the end of that year. That was
yeah,
like
do
week 15.
just do C.J. Anderson game-winning touchdown. Because I want to see what the date on this is.
Was it Brock Osweiler's first game?
Yeah,
Yes,
and they win somehow.
it's one of the
Was
best games I've ever
Peyton
seen.
Manning like hurt his neck or
Yeah.
something.
What's the click on it and then see
Peyton
what the
Manning
date
had the
is.
worst
And then
neck.
took steroids after.
Yeah, obviously. Then he won the fucking
November
Super
3rd. So it's November 29th. That's what it was.
He would, dude.
He won the Super Bowl coughing up blood.
Dude, Peyton Manning was a vegetable
Manning.
that year.
Oh, he was a vegetable.
Oh, he's the worst quarterback.
He
ever.
couldn't throw.
They handed him.
That was fucking.
They literally hand delivered him a Super Bowl.
That was
They were
horrible.
like, "Oh, you want the best defense of all time?
Didn't he win
Here you
MVP?
go." Huh?
Did he win Super Bowl MVP?
No, Von Miller.
No.
Von Miller did. That's right.
Von
Okay.
Millie.
Imagine not having as many Super Bowl MVPs as your brother. Must be tough. Must be real tough.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. He has two, right? Eli?
You got one. Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
okay.
two of them.
Sucks to suck. I mean,
Yeah, but
Peyton Manning
yeah, but like going out,
horrible. Eli was better
but going out a Super Bowl champion though is
Was
pretty
Drew Brees
badass.
better?
than Eli.
Peyton.
No.
No.
I mean,
Well.
I mean, dude, Marvin Harrison and Reggie.
Yeah, how much-
Who was
and
the
Dallas
running back?
Clark.
They had a
And
good-
Edgerrin
yeah.
James.
And they had a great running back.
Edgerrin James.
Yeah, and they had a good running back too.
And Edgerrin James.
Yes.
The team was amazing. They were amazing.
And he had a decent team in Denver too.
And Edgerrin
Dude,
James.
Tony Dungy.
Yeah, Tony
Tony-
Dungy was bad. And then he like sits on Sunday Night Football and he's like, "Oh, I'm so smart."
They introduced the offense. It's like, I'm Edgerrin James. I'm Edgerrin James.
Who was-
I'm Edgerrin James.
Who was the Broncos coach with Peyton? Was it Gary Kubiak?
John Fox was the head coach.
When they won the Super Bowl?
Mhm.
Nah.
Jeez.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like Gary Kubiak
No,
or something?
it was John Fox. Yep. All right.
Who the fuck is that?
John Fox.
He made a Super Bowl with another team. I'll give you $5 if you can tell me who it was.
The Titans?
No.
The Rams.
No.
Is it head coach?
Yeah.
The Titans.
Yeah. I said, oh, that was what's his face? Jeff Fisher.
That was Jeff Fisher. The Panthers was the answer we were looking for in 2003 against the Patriots.
Oh, I was kind of close.
All right. Raiders at Kansas City.
Ew.
Raiders are 10-point underdogs at Kansas City. This game is Christmas at 1 p.m. Over-under's 41.5.
How good is that?
You got to take the red team on Christmas. You have to take the red team
Dude,
on
Chiefs
Christmas.
slaughter.
Chiefs minus 10.
Chiefs fucking
Oh.
slaughter, dude.
Yeah, for sure, dude. They need
know,
to put
we-
their. You could put your house on a Travis Kelce touchdown too, for sure.
You're gonna
For sure.
Listen,
You're gonna
oh
take-
yeah.
You're gonna take the soulless, Christmasless Las Vegas Raiders?
I
No.
feel like the Chiefs just always like poop on the Raiders. Like,
They do.
Yeah, I'd have the Chiefs.
My whole
there.
thing is like, we talk about this every week, and we say like, oh, the Kansas City Chiefs are gonna kill them. Are they capable of that anymore with this team?
That's also true. I mean,
Are they capable
I'm
of
just
that?
gonna say it till it
I think they're
happens.
capable of covering
I think Kelsey literally has.
like the best game ever.
I'm telling you,
He
he's
hasn't had a
due.
touchdown
He's
in
due.
forever.
He's due, dude.
Yeah.
At home, bro.
I think that they can cover this 10, but I was just
but
putting it
like
out
maybe
there that-
maybe they cover 10 by not giving up more than 7 points. Like maybe Vegas
If
only
Kelce
scores
could-
7.
Maybe they score 21 and the other team scores fucking 2.
If Kelsey could have caught a touchdown like 2 weeks ago, I would have been in the fantasy playoffs in the league right now. But I'm not because he can't fucking catch a touchdown.
If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. Like
That's true.
that should be.
If my dad had a horse, he'd be a farmer.
yeah, I mean like if I started the right people against Allen, I would have beaten him. Like
Yeah.
so just we'd have
Dak
fucked.
Prescott, dude.
Yeah. And I said it too.
It's always Dak Prescott.
Fuck him. Yet I'm still taking the Cowboys this week.
Quebec.
No, Dak.
I
oh my
hate-
God,
I
Dak
hate-
Prescott is gonna have the greatest game ever. This
Oh,
week.
probably.
Ever.
Probably.
Yeah,
No, yeah, Cowboys are freer than
he's throwing 5 touchdowns this weekend.
bred in
I'll-
Germany in like 1941.
Oh yeah, when they were burning money for so you could buy bread. No, burning money to keep the house warm in pre-Third Reich Germany because the inflation was so bad. History lesson.
Bread was cheap.
Giants
Bread
Giants at Eagles, 4:30 on Christmas.
Ew.
Eagles are 11.5-point favorites. Over under 42.5. You now take the green team because it's still Christmas.
Yeah.
So the Eagles
take
minus
the red
11.5.
and the green team.
Yeah.
All right, so the first two games on
And then you
Christmas
take
are
the
going to be
purple team.
absolute ass kickings because the Eagles are winning by 50 and the Chiefs are winning by 50.
The Eagles might clip that team, bro.
Is this just like a? Is this like a?
Unless the Eagles are literally terrible.
Is this like a?
Ravens. Sorry.
A house viewing, like they're like, oh, look at how good the Chiefs are. Now look at how good the Eagles are. Now look at how good the 49ers. Like, is that all Christmas on Sunday?
Just the NFL
I
showcase.
feel like the Ravens are gonna. I feel like I won't get ahead of myself.
So you got Eagles in this game, or no?
I have Eagles in this game.
11.5 is a lot of points for a team that just lost 3 in a row.
I agree.
Giants stink like butt though, so definitely Eagles minus 11.
Yeah, the Tommy DeVito thing I think is over.
Yeah.
Concussion.
So we have a round of Eagles.
Maybe
Yes.
Eagles minus 11.5 under 42.5.
I think
Alternate
the Eagles
line-
could score 42. by
Alternate line
themselves.
Eagles minus 15.5.
Wow.
I think the Eagles could score 42 points on their own.
Eagles minus 63.5.
Godzilla
Imagine.
minus 1.
Easy.
You say Godzilla minus
Dude, I want to see that movie so bad.
the new one. Isn't it like the 8th one that they've made?
I think it's isn't it in Japanese?
It's definitely like that.
It's in Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm out. Does it have English subtitles at least?
Dude, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, for sure. It's just like the
Is it
Godzilla.
it's not
in
a
it is sick,
Japanese
like-
movie, is it?
Like the movies in like that we make for them, like fucking blow. Like they're not bad, but like they don't show Godzilla.
Do we make
murdering
movies for
people.
them? Or is it just our... I love how every time I like talk to you, they're like, so quick. Do we like make movies for them, or do they just watch our movies
No, it did so no.
dubbed in Japanese?
Well, they started Godzilla over there.
Yeah.
And then like
I get
It was
that,
like
but
a
this
metaphor
Godzilla
for the
movie
nuke.
that just came out was not a Japanese movie, was it?
no.
It was an American-made movie.
Well, the -1, that one was from Japan.
Well, what?
The
so
one
which-
that's out right
The one
now?
that's out right now.
Yeah.
The one that is, no, but not Godzilla and King Kong go on a journey too.
That's the one that I'm talking about.
No, that's American. We're talking about another one.
Kong
Oh.
Skull Island.
Strictly Japanese.
But the new Godzilla movie against King Kong, that's like the 8th one that they've made.
Oh yeah, that looks sick.
It gets worse every time, but like I'm just like,
But it
yeah,
gets
I'll
better
watch
too.
it.
You're like, this sucks, but I like it.
Yeah, because you're like, yeah.
Then they have the Stranger Things 11 girl, and you're like,
I'll take it from here.
yeah, and that fat like lard that travels with her, where
Yeah.
that fat kid is.
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy made his acting debut.
All right, last game. Monday, Christmas night.
It's Mike McCarthy and Andy Reid.
It's Mike McCarthy versus Mike McCarthy.
Plus 5.5.
Wow.
Featuring Edrin James.
Harbaugh matchup. Jim versus Joe.
Yep, the Harbaugh Bowl. Ravens plus 5.5. Over unders 46.5. Alan Hanna likes the Ravens.
Plus 5.5, baby.
And Ravens money line.
No,
No.
I just think they cover. I think San Fran wins by like a field goal.
Wow, I said the same exact thing. I think San Francisco wins but does not cover. Or I think San Francisco wins and doesn't cover. Yes.
I am in agreement because I think 5.5 is too many points.
Wow. We're all taking you're taking Baltimore too.
Yeah, we're
It's
all
just
taking
too many.
Baltimore.
You're taking Baltimore.
Of course I am.
I'm switching to the
Go
to the
ahead.
49ers. I have to.
They're winning.
Because you're like my red flag with them. Because if everyone's agreeing on them, then there's a bad thing. Because
Well,
you
it's just
Listen,
too
I
many
picked the
you
Ravens
hate
right
the
once.
Ravens. No,
I
know,
hate the
you
Ravens.
hate the Ravens.
It's too many points for two good teams like this. Like this could be a Super Bowl preview.
I'm taking the Niners, but I don't. Now I don't like it. Now I hate the jam. Now it's chalked, but whatever.
Shocked. Just don't put money on it.
That's impossible.
I know.
mean,
I know.
is there no Monday night jam? We got no Monday night?
Just read the Monday night games.
Oh, I'm retarded.
Faded.
Wow.
I don't know, dude. I feel like this is like peak Lamar power right now, like with this team like that he has, and I feel like 5.5 is a lot to give.
In the second half, he made
Doesn't
some
lose
really
too
nice
much.
throws against the Jaguars.
So,
Looking really good, dude.
so we're at that moment, Alan.
Running back against a good deep or running QB.
We're at
A
that
throwing
moment.
running back against a
throwing back.
running.
Throwing back.
We're at that point of you have to tell me your 3 favorite games, but do you know your 3? You don't need to know right this second, but I need you to gather up your 3 best games of the week. Last week, me and Antonio both went 3-0. Alan, how good is that?
I might pass
Why
out.
were your picks not sent to me via text message?
Oh, hey, do you know what's funny? Hey,
Hold on. Listen.
one of mine was the Colts. Do you remember what we did on Saturday?
What?
Bet on the Steelers against the Colts.
Oh yeah, I lost $200.
We were barking. We saw Mike Tomlin 8-1 against the Colts.
Yeah.
And it was over.
I saw that. No, it was 9-1 all time against the Colts, and I was like,
On the podcast, he was like, "Oh, the Colts are winning, like no problem." And then he goes, "Oh, pick 3 Colts, like they're definitely winning." And then he goes to your house and he's like, "The Steelers."
I was like,
He does. He has a psychosis. He goes and he forgets that
I'm
Mitch Trubisky's
psychosis.
the quarterback. Now he's gonna forget that Mason Rudolph's the quarterback, and he's gonna do the same
Then
thing.
he's gonna be like, "Wow, the Steelers against the Bengals."
he just watches Mike Tomlin walk out. He's like, dude, this Steelers team looks great.
All he has to see is a
That's
picture
what
of
I
Mike
do,
Tomlin.
too, like, literally, I'm like, is TJ Watt
Yeah, but
playing?
I was gonna say. Then I see T.J. Watt too.
TJ Watt, Steelers, whatever.
So I think we went in order last week. So keep that, because I think you went first, or no?
Did I go first?
I think you went first.
I think I
Okay.
went second.
I think we just went right in order. So
I can go first again. I went 1-2 last week. Not a good showing from Nolsky, but we're gonna get back on the horse this week. Starting off number 1,
number 1.
Detroit -3. They should kill this Minnesota team. They should stay in pace to be in contention for that number 1 seed, and they should win by more than 3 points. Number 2. Give me Jacksonville. Give me Jacksonville -1 against Tampa Bay. Again, they played bad on Sunday night, but they should get back on the horse.
Yeah.
How hard are we like the back to the class talking like Nolan's teaching?
I'm just gonna keep powering through.
I heard every word.
And last but not least, give me Kansas City
Wow, I'm surprised you said
-10. They should kill this Raiders
Tubby
team. The
Wubby
Raiders are
pitches.
flying high. They think they're hot shit because they just beat a decrepit Chargers team with Brandon Staley as the head coach. They're gonna be riding high, and they're gonna quickly get their asses kicked.
Emmanuel quickly.
Yeah, I don't think Kansas City blows them
How
out.
bad
Like,
was
I don't think Kansas City.
quickly, dude.
I don't think Kansas City wins by like 40 or anything, but I think that they can cover this 10 points.
Antonio.
The L.A. Rams. 100%. The Kansas City Chiefs. 100%.
Should we make out?
I'm between the Colts and the Packers.
Okay, so pick one.
The Colts beat you up, and now you want your lunch money back.
They bullied him, dude.
Yeah, but I took them when I picked 3 last week too. So.
Yeah,
But
that
now,
is true.
yeah, but now I don't know. Now that I really like the Colts, I feel like Atlanta might kind of.
You're really bad at picking Atlanta games.
So that's true. So I'm gonna go with Green Bay because I'm always really good at picking those games, right?
Yeah, moron. Got him.
My turn.
Yes.
I'm making this parlay now. Rams -4 for sure.
Yep.
You can book that one. Browns -2. We like that one, Sal. Remember
Okay.
that one? And then,
Remember that?
oh wow, give me Cardinals +4.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
If I could pick another one, I'd say Bills -11.5 for sure. Actually, yeah, fuck Cardinals. Bills -11.5 in the
All right.
parlay for sure.
yeah, he
Not
didn't
move
take
the
his hand off the
piece.
piece.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
fine.
no. You're more than allowed to
I
keep
mean, I'll
that.
change it. I don't
No. So
I've lost money before.
repeat one more time. Rams.
So Rams -4, Browns -2, Bills -11.5.
Triple favorites. Let's go,
Love it.
Alan. All right. We're going Jacksonville +1 in the Battle of Florida is my pick number 1.
The Great Battle of Florida.
I'm gonna take my fellow compadre's hand. Cleveland Browns -2.
Yeah.
Like,
We might have to watch that game together.
We might have to go in a battle
I'm
for that
sweating
one.
for that.
you guys might have
And-
to cuddle and watch that game.
Nolan, I'm very sorry to do this to you.
What?
Minnesota +3.
Okay.
And I don't like the whole going
Sal
up
doesn't.
head to
Sal
head.
gets scared against me. dude.
But normally when me and Nolan,
Is the record?
I'm probably 1-3
I think
against
this
you.
just this year
This
specifically.
season I'm like 1-3 or 1-4 against you. I know I won 1, but there's been like 4 or 5.
we don't
so.
do it very often though.
I'm only doing it because I really think Minnesota just flat out wins this game. You don't need the points. I think they're just gonna take this game home. So I got Minnesota here. Minnesota plus 3.
Yeah, the NFL is gonna be
you
like.
already held my hand with Jacksonville.
Dude, the NFL is gonna say Detroit playing for a 1 seed. Absolutely not.
That can't be happening. And there might be a little drama for Week 18 where Minnesota's playing Minnesota's playing Detroit again for the division, and then we have to like pretend.
No, they're not playing for the division.
I'm just saying. So, I like Minnesota here.
Just imagine a world this week where the Lions win and San Fran loses,
It's possible.
and then Dallas wins.
That would be so
San
good.
Fran loses.
Dallas would be the one.
Eagles win. San Fran loses. San Fran might be the only one that loses out of the top 5.
It's chaotic.
And then they're going to be all tied for that number 1 spot.
Prop corner, prop flop.
Bet for a pick 6 in the Commanders and Jets game.
Just either team.
Either team pick 6.
All right.
Is that a bet you can do?
You do Washington and Washington defense and then Jets defense touchdown. So
True. I like it, Antonio. I like
any prop. It doesn't have to be a touchdown scorer. Just like any game.
Ramondre Stevenson over rushing yards if he plays.
Is he playing?
I think so.
I don't know.
He has to for my fantasy team. He better fucking play this week.
Hollywood Brown.
Ew.
He loves
Kyler Murray over rushing yards.
Okay.
Yeah. If Ramondre isn't playing, that's mine.
Okay. I'm gonna throw somewhat of a curveball.
Throw it. Give it to me.
No. Isaiah Likely 2 touchdowns Monday night. Isaiah Likely 2 touchdowns.
I don't know
Likely
why-
to score 2
Ravens tight
touchdowns.
end.
I don't know why they're laughing. I actually really like that pick.
Thank you.
I'm with you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I think 2 might be a little far out there, but I'm going 2.
You'll win some money.
Oh yeah.
I like Evan Ingram anytime touchdown score.
He's been very non-existent in the end zone. He catches 10 passes a game and just doesn't score.
Yeah, but
He
there's
only has 1
no
touchdown.
Christian Kirk now, and he connects better with Ingram than he does Calvin Ridley.
That's true. Calvin Ridley anytime. I like that. I like
Fine.
both.
Just go right against me. It's fine.
Hey, you can have both. I have the Jags to win.
They're not both getting a touchdown.
I'm parlaying Calvin Ridley and Evan Ingram this week on a score and the Jags to win. That's my bet for Sunday.
I think that's a terrible bet because either one of them is scoring or neither of them are scoring.
What?
Either one of them is scoring or neither of them are scoring.
I mean, probably.
Literally Tatum over points tonight.
Tatum over points and Celtics -5 from Allen. That's the viewers'
crazy.
Christmas present.
Yeah. That's, no Draymond,
The
bro. Who's
Celtics
gonna
are
guard
amazing.
him? Dude.
Can we get a final score for tonight? Just Celtics Warriors, ballpark it.
You want me to look at the over/under?
It's 234.
114-105 Celtics.
Just like a rough.
I haven't been paying that much
I don't know,
attention to the
probably
NBA.
109 to 88 Warriors.
Wow.
What the fuck, dude? No way. Over/under's 234. How'd you know that?
234.
Dude, Celtics
Wizard.
love
you can
playing
give me
down.
the over in that. Yeah, I think the Celtics might score fucking 150 on their own anyway.
Jesus.
How did we feel about the in-season tournament? Do we think it was a positive? Do we think it was a negative? Do we think it was just?
I mean,
I think it was ripped for LeBron.
I mean, ratings were up.
No, it definitely was.
So-
It was a nice little addition. The thing I didn't like about
We
it.
talked about it, right?
The thing I did not like about it. Why did we have it end in November?
Yeah, I thought it was way later in the year. I thought
That
it
was my point.
should end in January. It should be, or like a Christmas thing.
Lead into the All-Star break, kind of.
Spread the
Yes.
games out at the beginning. Don't pack a fucking week of in-season tournament
yeah.
games.
Like, dude, it's like Champions League or something. Like, dude, they play fucking once a month.
They literally play every third week or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Who was I talking to about this? Was it you?
It might have been.
Where I was like, I don't know why they did it so early in the year when everyone is watching
So
basketball.
I was talking to one of my coworkers about this, and he's like, "Oh, but there's another one during the season." I was like, "No, there's not."
No, there
he was
isn't.
like, "I thought there was 3 that happened during the season." I was like, "Bro, no, it's
3?
the in-season tournament's just done." He was
Whoever
like,
that was faded.
Well, no, but then he was like, "Oh, that's really stupid. Why did they end it
It would be
already?"
sick if they did it
I thought it was
first
later
half of the
anyway.
year is, the seeding placement for it, your games are seeding for it, and then second half of the year, that's when you start getting those games thrown into regular season that like are actually part of that tournament, because like that's when like the games actually matter
Yeah.
too. So like you could get two teams matched up against each other that are trying to get a win just to get into the playoffs and try to win this 500,000 instead of just.
Now, I was gonna say, I feel like January would be a good time for it, but NFL playoffs, I don't know if they want to. Like, they would lose. They would lose that matchup.
I think
not enough incentive to draw the viewers.
I don't really care that much about. I liked the timeline of it because I think people would get disinterested if they did it like the Champions League where they spread it across the whole year. Like, I don't think people would care. I think they did it at the wrong time. Like, they should have done it
At end of the season?
like
Yeah.
like middle of March
No.
to like the beginning of the playoffs.
I'm fine with Christmas time.
I also think it should be like a playoff spot for the winner.
It should be something that has to do with home advantage. I think a playoff spot's too much.
That'd be hard to figure out.
I think it was successful in getting people talking about the NBA because I think, well, most of it was, what the fuck is this in-season tournament? How does it work? Like, because no one fucking knew how it really worked. So you had to go look it up. And I think it was good for teams like the Pacers who, like, you know, guys on the team aren't making as much as, like, LeBron and AD. So they have a shot at really getting a good payday.
but also, I feel like
It
that's.
sucked that the Lakers ended up winning.
I think it's a big
but-
confidence boost for a team like the Pacers too, because I mean,
Yeah.
because they're gonna see it as a legit thing.
And that's the problem with having it too early in the year. That was like
yeah,
the
it
height
was
of
the
their
second
year.
week, and I was like, wait, the tournament's starting already?
Yeah, that was the height of their year, and now it's like, what are they gonna do now? They're like, well, we lost the in-season tournament.
I mean, they're still in the playoff hunt though, right?
Yeah, but I
They're like
mean,
a 6 seed or 7 seed or something.
But I mean, how predictable was it that like the Lakers win so that people can be like, oh, LeBron's
LeBron.
legacy?
yeah, it's so convenient.
I mean, I didn't consider it anything. It's just-
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't think that
consider
them
anything.
winning it was that big of a deal.
But people, you know, his cult following.
You know what
is
Nick
gonna-
Wright said? He goes, here are the three best scenarios, and this was like the game before the championship game. He's like, the best scenario, LeBron wins tonight, wins in the play-in game. The second best scenario, LeBron loses tonight. The worst scenario, LeBron wins tonight and then loses in the championship because we hold everything over his head. But then everyone, if he lost that game to the Pacers, would have been like, chokes in the finals, chokes in the last game. Like, oh.
Really, dude, this dude fucking blows.
yeah, I think them being in the finals completely ruined it. Like
Yeah.
the idea of it and
How
it
do you
being
guys-
like a big thing.
How do you guys feel about the Wolves and the Thunder?
I feel
I like them both a lot. The,
Thunder have
Timberwolves
been
are
very
really
good.
good.
I feel like the Thunder are a good team.
Dude, Shy's Michael Jordan.
No, listen. I feel like the Thunder are a great team, building really well. It's not their time yet. I genuinely think this Minnesota team can go to the championship.
I think so.
Rudy and Cat, dude. I'm telling you, people like talking. Those are like the two probably like number one centers to talk shit about in the NBA. But
That's
dude,
true.
like Rudy's good when he's not getting exposed, and like Cat's good, bro.
I think they're missing like one player.
Problem is, are they
need-
gonna-
Edwards is good too.
Yeah.
Are they
Oh,
going to be
God.
good when all attention is on them when they get to the playoffs? That's the
Well, the thing
scary
about
thing.
them is their defense is number one in the league right now. So it's like they're going to be able to play at least close, regardless of whether they can score or not. They're going to get stops on the other end, and that leads you to playing close games. So I like them a lot, and they might have home court the whole time.
And Anthony Edwards is kind of hogging all of the publicity.
Send a video.
Yeah, send
They
the
just
video.
all play
Yeah,
defense.
but I think the
dude. They're
team
all
is fine
dogs,
with
bro.
that.
They're literally
The
Anthony
abort
Edwards,
video with
he plays defense, dude.
Plankton.
You liked what I sent? It was the plankton.
I didn't know what all of that meant until when JR told me yesterday.
Oh,
I was like, what are all of these
I
Anthony
laughed
Edwards
so
jokes?
hard when Sal sent that. It's the abort video.
how good is that?
Nah, he's funny though.
And then he got like a big block. Was it last night or something? Someone was like, "Oh, now he finally knows about protection." When he gets like a big block, I was like, "Dude, he's gonna be hearing this shit all year."
I mean,
Yeah.
do they all need to fuck porn stars and get them pregnant?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
not Zion though. His fat ass.
can she just keep
Since
that
she was
between?
eating.
how bad does his waistband smell? Or what was
How bad
it?
is his locker room
Ass.
smell, dude? Like, or not him in like him in,
Elastic
sweatpants, dude, like,
He was fucking drying over that last week.
he must smell like shit, dude. In elastic sweatpants, bro.
Ugh.
Get off the gumbo, dude.
Seriously.
Dude, he's like if one of his teammates was eating like a bag of chips in the locker room, he'd walk up to him like, "Yo, you gonna finish that?" Like he's that person.
Football, dude.
He is that person. He's the
Like
are
he's
you
the
done
yo,
with
you
that?
like how Andrew Barnes is, but like Andrew's not like fat.
What?
He wants to know if you didn't hit the vape in the classroom.
What is this? What is this?
Sir allowed
Lockheed?
this
Is this
classroom.
Lockheed Martin?
Maybe.
Yeah. This Ensign Bickford, dude.
I think we're good here, right?
I think we're good.
One last hot take for Sunday or Monday.
Or anything?
Or anything.
Bet Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown.
Every week.
Just every week.
Yeah.
He'll probably make money.
Yeah.
Him and Christian McCaffrey. Just parlay those two every week.
Hot take, any?
Mike McCarthy cheeseburger.
That's hot.
Fuck, dude.
Calvin Ridley 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Jordan Love 4 touchdowns.
Nice.
Wow.
I like that.
Rushing?
4 rushing touchdowns.
He might rush for 1.
Mhm.
4 total touchdowns.
Come on, Nolan, you got one.
Ooh.
I don't know if I have one.
Jordan Love rushing touchdown.
I like the over in that game, so.
Dude, did we just all spit the most free bets of all time?
That's what every week
Everything's
is.
hitting. Someone sent me a parlay of everything we just said.
Like, write that down. Write
You know
that
those
down.
bets you see on like ESPN that are like, dude, look at this 30-leg parlay that hit.
Dude,
That's
some of
what
those are
we just did.
ridiculous. The one I saw on Twitter today was like the one you told me yesterday, but it was including last night's game where like they roll it over every. Who's doing that, dude?
Nobody.
Who is betting every underdog and then rolling it over?
Who has the self-control to go into the sportsbook and say, oh, only the Monday Night Football underdog? Because then you win Monday Night Football and you're like, but the Thursday Night Football underdog or the Saturday
No,
underdog?
there's no way you're single-handedly picking every Monday night money
The
line.
Clippers have won 8 in a row.
They're going to be bad in the playoffs.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
we know I don't care.
I don't know, dude. They have a good coach.
They do have a good coach.
Kawhi too, bro.
Yeah.
It's also
Sal.
James Harden, Russell
Hasn't
Westbrook.
missed a game.
Blah, 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 blah.
Kawhi has not missed a game this year.
He's gonna.
Yeah, he will.
Cowie.
25 games so far. I mean, they're. All right.
Alan, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Anytime.
Over and out.